All right, everybody.
All right, welcome in, everyone.
Welcome back to episode 8.
Yeah, 8.
8.
Wow, 8. Which is crazy. Which is kind of crazy. We would have technically been on already 9 today, but we missed out last week because of Easter, so we had like plans with our families and stuff. So
yes,
we didn't post anything saying that we were not going to do one because we kind of had the intent of doing one, but then things just came up and then we kind of just ended up going with it. So we would have been episode 9, but we are in episode 8. But we're here back after a week. It feels kind of weird coming back to it. It feels like we're starting all, like from fresh all over again because we haven't like talked about anything or done like the podcast for a whole week, so it definitely feels weird getting back into that groove of talking about stuff and getting into
nice
the
little
topics.
1 week hiatus.
I know. Nice
Hopefully everybody enjoyed their Easter.
Yeah,
I know we did.
Yep, I went to go see the Mario movie, which was great.
Ooh, I still haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it for me.
I haven't yet. You haven't ruined it for yet, but it's pretty good. Honestly, I enjoyed it. Like I said, I was talking about it earlier. It's like I'd say it's like a 8.5. From like an 8 from the first one, so definitely interesting movie.
All right,
and I'm excited to see what they do with the next one.
I know. I'm actually kind of excited to go see it still.
But yeah, let us know also too what you guys did for Easter down in the comments, and just see like maybe go to the movies, maybe you did something with your family, maybe a traditional breakfast that you guys do, because I know some people have like traditions. That they do every single Easter. So let us know in the comments if you had any plans for Easter. Well, yeah, let's get into this podcast 8. We're so much more closer to 10, which is crazy. And I think we ended up deciding that we are going to do a giveaway. So we're probably going to give more details in the next podcast, so podcast 9. So stay tuned, and we'll probably talk about the details of how to enter and what you'll be winning if you get picked.
Some good stuff.
Yeah. So let's just dive right into this.
Let's talk about what's one game or movie that you, or franchise for that matter, that you missed out and you kind of regret not being a part of.
Honestly, I know it's relatively new, but honestly, the game that I regret missing out on because I still haven't played it is Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
I've been hearing nothing but great things about it, and just everyone's been playing it on stream. I haven't been wanting to watch anything. I kind of been wanting to like watch it just to like get a feel for it, but I kind of want to be surprised because I know eventually I'll play it, but right now I'm still on the just hearing about it, but haven't actually moved on to playing it. So I do regret missing out on that because
I've been taking some peeks at it too, and I'm kind of like, I want to play it now.
Yeah, you were telling me some interesting things, like some like enemy types that you have to deal with or something. Like you get a big old mech suit apparently as well. And I was like, wait, I thought this was like a hack and slash fantasy open world game.
Dude, it's so
apparently
much more
it's a lot more than that.
There are so many different armor sets and things like that you could do that it's just kind of made me want to play more. Apparently there might be a patch coming in soon where multiplayer in the campaign will be a thing. So like if that does happen, you and I could definitely venture that and do that together.
Yeah, apparently they have like a lot of like quality of life and a lot of updates that are coming out in the next couple months, which is kind of cool. So apparently from what I've heard from the community that have been playing it, they said that like the devs have kind of been on top of it, so like fixing things and just making the game as great as possible, which is awesome. And they're still deciding to like update it more, like with the way you do the game, like play the game and stuff, like because apparently you can like the certain areas you only get to do them once, but apparently they're going to add a feature where you can like replay that area or something like that at a higher difficulty. So it's definitely interesting, especially when it's a single player game and you see devs like doing continuous support for their game. It's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
It's like they're giving more support for a single player game than like some devs do for like multiplayer games.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, there's been not specifically any channels, but like I've been seeing a lot like on TikTok, like certain like channels that are showing like how to get certain weapons that'll help you out in your quests and stuff. And that apparently that map that you play on is massive. I'm talking like bigger than like, bigger than like Skyrim type of big.
Okay.
So it's kind of on that same realm of things. But yeah, the amount of like weapons and different gear that you can get definitely plays a role in like how well you'll do in that game.
Apparently like the combat system's very interesting too, because I saw like a crazy like combo. I guess he was like hitting him on the ground and then launched him in the air, and then I think he used like a grappling hook or something like that to pull himself towards him, and then like it was like, oh, this is like it looks like Devil May Cry type of combo.
Yeah, there's even a system where you can like glide. You could like jump up and then like glide away. So there's that. but that requires like stamina. So you have like a stamina bar. So when that runs out, like you just fall
Okay.
pretty much wherever you're at.
And I think they're trying to do also too. From
They even have a body slam feature, like wrestling. Like you can literally go up to somebody and like,
damn,
just slam them.
I think they heard like on us like other updates is because I think you get to play as 2 other characters and the main guy, which is I guess his name's Cliff.
Yeah.
And apparently they're gonna add quality of life changes to the way their story plays or how they play. Because sometimes I think from what I heard people saying, it's like they feel a little limited. And when you play as these characters, so apparently the devs saw that and they're like, you know what, we're going to try to improve these characters to make them stand on their own instead of just being able to be the main character and have all the cool stuff. They want to try to add that so every character feels like that. So I'm like, that's really cool. It's really cool to see when devs, you hear someone talk about it and then a couple weeks after that or a couple days, depending on how fast they do it, they're just like, oh yeah, there's an update. We're going to fix that. And it's like, whoa, damn, that was quick. I just heard a comment about that like a couple days ago and there's already an update to fix that. So definitely feels like a type of developer that cares about their game.
It's definitely a game that I saw and I was kind of like, yeah, whatever. But like, it just seems like your typical like Lord of the Rings or Skyrim game where it's like open world. You kind of do your side quests, get your gear, and then complete it. But the more I've watched like what people are doing in the game and the things you could find, I'm like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to play this game now. Like, I'm on the same page with you. Like, I know I'm gonna get into it at some point. It's just a matter of if they come through with that multiplayer patch, I would definitely love to play that with you, and we could do that together.
Yeah,
because that would be sick, dude.
That would be interesting. I don't know how they would do a multiplayer for that thing, but
it would just be kind of like we're doing the same quest, basically, or sort of deal thing. But dude, I would be seriously down for that.
You know what? Sign me up. So
because I've seen the costumes and like the gear you could wear, and you look sick. There's been some really cool things. Like the one that really got me was the being able to find a mech suit somewhere, because it's weird. The realm that it's in kind of feels like Lord of the Rings. Like you have like, you know, your mystical creatures, you have your wizards and your elves or whatever you want to do, and then like you have like the other side of stuff where it's like the mechanical aspect where it's like
that's really cool.
Wizard stuff and going on. So it's definitely got my attention. I will be picking that up at some point in time.
Yeah, definitely. So I say like because we're not, I don't know when we'll play. We'll probably eventually play it on the channel, but I say regret missing out because we're like not playing it.
Yeah, because we haven't started it yet.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Maybe eventually we'll play it on stream. It definitely feels like that's going to be a game if we end up getting it later down the road. A perfect game to live stream.
100%.
Get everyone's first reactions and everything.
What about
our first reactions?
Well, I know we touched on game. What about movies? Is there any type of movie you missed regretting out on?
I don't know. I was thinking about this question. I can't really think about too many movies because I feel like most of the movies that are like hyped up or exciting, I usually end up going to see. Probably not the day of, like the week of, but maybe like a week
rainy
after,
day.
A couple days later or something. So I don't know. Is there anything for like you would say that you regret missing out on for a movie that was like super hyped up but you didn't see it till like maybe it came eventually onto like a streaming service or something? You're like, damn, I wish I saw this in theaters.
There is one. Actually, there's two. The movie Dune. I haven't seen any of those new.
I actually haven't seen any of those either.
I haven't seen any of those movies, but I've read the reviews and I've heard what it's about, and I'm just kind of wish I would have saw that when it first came out, because that sounds like a really cool franchise. And I know it's a remake. I've never seen the originals, but the newer ones, obviously they look appealing because it's like modern tech, up to date, and like to standards. But that's definitely because they're coming out with the third one, and then our boy Robert Pattinson's gonna be in it. Yeah. So I'm just like, I got
a stacked cast actually for the Dune one. The last one. Well, it is the last one, so might as well go all out. Yeah. But also too, there's a TV series as well on HBO. It's called Dune Prophecy. Oh. Well, I guess now that you brought that up, I guess I would say I probably regret missing that out because I still haven't watched. I still have not seen it, and I think I was gonna watch it one day because I was free, and then I clicked it, and then I don't know. I didn't. It's not like because it didn't hook me, but then I think I just ended up was like I kind of want to go do something else or something like that. Not because the movie didn't interest me, but I was like, So like I watched the first couple minutes and I just like I just turned it off. I gotta go do something. So definitely, yeah. You know what? Now that you bring that up, I feel like I would be on the same boat with them because I still have not seen those, and we're already coming to the conclusion. And like Zendaya's in it, I know for a fact, and then Timothy Chalamet. Which apparently does a pretty good job playing as, I forget what the guy's name is in that movie. They always make memes with that. Oh yeah, that's right, they do. But that, and then also too, who else is in it? I think Anya from the one that plays the voice of Peach, Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh yeah.
She's also in it as well. Which anytime I see her name attached to a movie or a show, I usually kind of want to watch it because like I think she's just a phenomenal actress, and I've seen I've seen most of her projects, and she always delivers. So I feel like anytime I see her name attached to a movie, I feel like I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, that movie's gonna be fire because like she just is a phenomenal actress, and I think she did a pretty good job with Peach. And it's like I think it's one of her first like voice acting roles that she's done for like an animated show, and she did pretty good. Like matched up with Peach's like energy and personality. And yeah, she was the more like, I think the one that was actually trying to be her character in the movie, like than like the other characters. Like when we were talking about like Chris Pratt, I was like, it's just Chris Pratt. It's not. I don't get a Mario feel like, for it. I just get Chris Pratt as Mario, pretty much.
It's not what I want.
So I think she's a phenomenal actress, and I'll probably end up watching all of them just so I could watch her in the third one. So. Because she was in Queen's Gambit, and I really like Queen's Gambit, even though it was more like a drama. It was about chess. I don't know. She made it interesting to watch with just her acting, and I was like, I actually watched it from beginning to end. I was like, oh, this was actually a pretty good show, even though it's not my cup of tea, but it was actually pretty good to watch, and I enjoyed that show very much.
Okay.
And then she was also like in a horror movie called Late Night in Soho, which is the same director that did Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Love
he
that.
Did this like horror movie, and she did. I think she didn't have as much screen time, but she did pretty good. And when they did have her on the screen, so I feel like any movie she's in, I feel like it's gonna be good.
Okay. And then besides that one, I really wish I would have got into when it first dropped, Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon.
That's another Zack Snyder movie. Dude, that I've seen the first one. I haven't finished the second one yet, but like.
Was it good? Because I always heard like mixed things about it.
It definitely is. It sort of reminds me of like kind of the way Guardians of the Galaxy is. It's a bunch of ragtag group of people that are kind of put together to sort of defeat the bad person. Yeah, so like it's like that. So like they scour across the universe to find certain people that hold certain value to the team that could help. And just the way that they pick them up, like it's kind of cool. Like it's not just like, hey, they scooped them up, recruited them. It's just like most of these people are dealing with their own personal things in lives, and these people come in, help them out, save them, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna join the squad.
Kind of like I feel like that gives me like a Thunderbolts vibe.
Okay, yeah. So I would say it's pretty relatable to that. Like it's a bunch of random people who don't know each other, and it's just kind of like, well, I know of somebody that might be able to help us. So the first one is definitely very action based.
I think the only thing I saw that was like. It looked interesting. There was like a shot and it had like his own version of like lightsabers.
Yeah,
it was a pretty cool shot that
badass.
They did. And I was like, oh, that does look pretty cool. But I just never got around to it because then when it came out, I don't know. I didn't really hear too many good things about it.
It's definitely worth watching. I saw the first one and I'm definitely intrigued to see the second one. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and see it.
Okay.
But that's another franchise, and it's Zack Snyder, dude. He's never disappointed me in anything he's ever made. So like, why would he start now?
Are you sure? Not Batman v Superman?
I liked it.
Really?
I liked it.
It was okay.
Was it the greatest? No, but I still enjoyed it.
My favorite thing. Martha, why'd you say that name? Oh my gosh, that's the reason why they stopped fighting, because they both had the same person in their lives that had the same name.
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Of course, it pissed people off. I still enjoyed it nonetheless. I wish the Snyderverse was a thing still, but life happens.
Oh, well, apparently
they're trying.
I heard some rumors that he's trying to do his own Batman movie.
Yeah, I think Netflix is trying to acquire his work with him. Obviously.
I got my boy Robert Pattinson playing the Batman. I'll just stick to that Batman. I like that Batman a lot.
Well, they're not in the same universe, so I don't mind there being two different. There's a bunch.
I don't know, but I feel like if Zack Snyder wanted to do like more DC stuff, like for movies, I feel like he could have gotten like another hero that we've never seen in live action instead of just being like Batman, because we have so many Batmans at this point.
Just like Superman, it's just an iconic character that like you have to have. Like, you can't not have those two characters.
Yeah. I guess you could do like some other heroes that you don't really see, and then eventually like tie them into like Batman, Superman. So then there's like that lead up, so there's that hype because it eventually turns to that. But when you just do, it's like, oh, let's just do a Batman movie. It's like, well, we already have like this Batman movie. I already have this Batman movie. Like you have all these different Batman projects, and I was like, do I really need another Batman project?
True.
I think the only Batman I would accept as being done, because it's not done, is Batman Beyond.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Ugh, I'm still disappointed that WB dropped the ball on that one. Was it WB? I think it was WB.
Yeah, it's Warner Brothers. They'll save that for rainy day.
They're just like, we're just gonna shelve it, and it's like it was the same art that gave me from like the Beyond the Spider-Verse and all those movies. I was like, and you're telling me we didn't get it? And yeah, I feel like definitely they're gonna be like, when when we struggle or when we're like losing money, then we'll release it. So maybe 10 years from now we'll probably see that project.
True.
Possibly.
I'd be interested to see who they get to voice those characters.
Yeah, but I would love to see that movie come into like
life.
To life and be able to watch that. I definitely would have a great time on that. So yeah, well.
What about an overrated franchise that something you don't really care too much about? That's just like.
Are we talking movies or video games? Do you want to do
dealer's choice?
Do you want to do movie and video game franchise, or do you just want to do one or one?
You tell me. I'll let you pick.
I don't know.
I'll follow up with whatever you pick.
Oh no, what do I say? I guess we always talk about video games, so I feel like we could talk about like overrated franchise for like video games.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to think about one right now because I usually enjoy games.
I think the Call of Duty franchise is overrated now.
You know what?
I think it's dead now, to be honest, if I'm being realistic about it. Like, COD used to be really great.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they let that get to their head a little bit throughout the years. In the last decade of Call of Duties, I would say they've kind of gotten to like, oh, we're going to drop it every year. Like, they're going to buy it regardless because it's us.
And there's not that many multiplayer games that people want to play, so.
And I think now we're starting to see that like more the indie games are becoming popular because like it's less expensive, and the devs are a little bit more working with us as far as like when it comes to patches or adding things or taking things away, versus a conglomerate like Activision, where it's just like they'll drop the patches when they're ready, when they see fit, or the updates when they see fit. So. There's not a whole lot of community interaction with them at all versus like these smaller ones where it's like, no, we got to make these changes because we need to keep our customer base happy and keep them there.
I feel like at this point too, I feel like also too, you can also see it like the downcline of Call of Duty, because right now I think there's actually just a lot more multiplayer games to play now, which is interesting because I think they always came in strong because during their time, usually when their game comes out, there's like not really anything to play, so everyone's like, well, I kind of want to play a multiplayer game, but there's not really anything out or nothing that interests me. I'm just gonna go play Call of Duty. But now I feel like we're getting a lot more interesting like multiplayer games, like with Arc Raiders, Fortnite. What else we got? There's a couple other multiplayer games. Marvel Rivals,
Apex Legends.
Even
though we don't play it.
Yeah, but like those are all like games that people like have a big player count.
Overwatch. Helldivers 2.
Oh yeah, Helldivers 2.
Battlefield.
I don't know. I think that game kind of fell off. Unfortunately,
it has fallen off.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was cool for the 3 months.
Yeah,
it was just kind of like I was done with COD, and now I have something else to play. But now that like Arc Raiders and a few other games have my attention, I'm just like, kind of don't care anymore either.
Well, then, like, for me, I guess you could say Marathon. I know not your cup of tea, but I know Marathon's out there too. So it's just, I feel like there's just a lot more multiplayer games to play than just, I'm just going to play Call of Duty.
Yeah, but which before this was all we had.
So in a way, there's like a little bit more competition, I feel like, and you could definitely see that. I don't think a lot of people played Call of Duty for last year's Call of Duty.
I think it's funny, like, Battlefield dropped a skin for, I forgot who it was recently. But in response to that, Call of Duty is coming out with a Sydney Sweeney skin. And I think that's stupid.
People are going to freaking get back into that game just because of that.
I'm trying to think of what the skin was for Battlefield that they dropped recently.
They really? Are you sure that's not a lie or a rumor?
I'm going to verify that right now.
That's insane.
But I saw a post about it and I was like, that can't be true.
I don't think so, because I think I did see like an image and they were saying, ooh, this is how they're going to get people to come back to Call of Duty, and it was Sydney Sweeney, but it was like an AI image or something like that. So I'm like, I don't think they're going to do that. But at the same time, it's Call of Duty. They had was it Nicki Minaj?
Yes.
They had Nicki Minaj, so then at the same time, I can't put it past them to not put that type of skin in there, especially if they want their player base to come back for a skin.
Yeah. They were saying that somebody teased it as a skin and they used the AI for it. So it's not really true, but that's besides the fact.
But here's the thing: that's how how little, like how wild Call of Duty has gotten to where you can think of the most ridiculous skin or person that they could put in the game, and you'll believe it because I'll be I
mean, we got Snoop Dogg, we got Nicki Minaj,
Beavis and Butthead,
21 Savage,
Beavis
and Butthead, American Dad.
No, I don't know. I know we got the character from Ballerina from John Wick.
Yeah, we got
from
her.
That movie Ballerina,
but
which is actually pretty good.
But I mean, like, things that don't belong in the world of COD are there in COD.
Yeah, so when you say like a random skin, like you're like, I don't. You kind of believe it, even if it's a rumor, because you're like, I wouldn't put it past Call of Duty to not put that skin in there.
So, I think that COD is at that point where they're trying to be like Fortnite, I think, and just add whatever they can to their franchise.
But it's kind of crazy when you talk about Fortnite too, because I feel like there's been a decline in Fortnite as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
they just fired a bunch of people.
They just let go of like 100 employees.
Yeah.
There. And then also too, they're taking out a lot of game modes that
I
are in there.
3.
They're taking out a couple in there, so it's just like, wow, it's definitely not gonna die, but it's definitely not where it used to be anymore. Because again, I think there's just a lot more other things to play now that no one's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go play Fortnite now.
Yeah, I think they're taking out the Rocket League stuff, and then what's that one game mode that we played?
What's that? Didn't you? I think because we talked about this, it was like that.
It's almost like Siege.
Yeah, it's like Siege. What was that game mode? Why can't I remember? Oh, Ballistics.
Ballistics, yes. They're taking that out, and then I think they're taking out the Rock Band feature where you can play like musical.
Damn, I actually kind of like that one.
Yeah,
it's like fun for like a little bit in there.
It is. I just think that they're running out of things to do in that game.
Yeah, and supposedly, apparently, according to I think a news article I saw, that apparently Disney, because they have that deal with Fortnite, that they're trying to do their own Disney extraction shooter.
Oh my god!
I was like, how is that gonna work?
I don't think you can give Aladdin an AK-47.
They showed like Mickey Mouse. It's like, that's just like, how do you go about that? And it was a news article I saw. I was like, what?
I don't
know how they're gonna do this.
If they're gonna do that, they can't give them guns. They would have to be like a battle royale where they fight with weapons.
They can give them guns because they already did that with some of the Disney characters, like the villains or whatever. Because they made some like skins recently from Disney to put in there. I think you can. It's just that you have to design I think for me, what I think is that you have to design the character a certain way. You can't just give them the basic look. You have to like make them look more
appealing.
Yeah, more appealing and more fit with like that particular type of style, and then you can do it possibly, because they did already have, I think, Jafar and Maleficent in the game.
Yeah,
has a skin that you can play as.
I mean,
they have guns.
They have a bunch of Marvel characters in there too, so it's not too far off the beaten path.
Yeah, so it's just, I think there's a certain way you have to go about it.
Yeah, that's another dying franchise, unfortunately.
Yeah. Actually, it's not unfortunate. I'm glad to see a decline in Call of Duty, because COD, they're just putting the same stuff over and over again.
Yeah, copy and repaste. I mean, literally, the last Call of Duty was just a reskin of the old one, basically.
They're running out of ideas.
And it's so bad that they have to use the old maps from the old COD into the new one. I'm just like, well, shouldn't we have just made this an update for the game instead of a whole new ass game?
I'm getting tired of Black Ops always putting in Nuketown. Like every single game, every single Black Ops or Treyarch game, we're gonna put in Nuketown. I'm like, I don't want a Nuketown. I want a brand new small map. Like, why do you have to keep on bringing Nuketown? Like, Nuketown's cool, but
not that cool.
I don't need it in every single Call of Duty game.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Dude, let's talk about the Arc Raiders patch. You and I have been sort of playing that for the past couple weeks, and what are your thoughts on it? I mean, I'll tell you mine afterwards, but I'm curious to see how you feel about it.
I don't know, because we were talking about it the last podcast. We were saying it's kind of like a burnout. It feels like there's some resurgence to wanting to play it again, but I don't know. I feel like there's still something missing. I feel like definitely what's going to pull people to wanting to play it again is when they release the new map this month.
Oh, dude, definitely.
But definitely the patch did come with some stuff. They came with 3 new blueprints. I didn't even know they had a third one, but I thought it was just the shotgun, which is the Delabra, and then they have the Kanto. And I thought those were the only 2 blueprints, but apparently there's a third blueprint that you get, and I didn't even know that.
I didn't either.
You got it
just
recently?
I did. I only found out about it because I was playing with some guy by myself, and he had mentioned, like, hey, like, have you found the new blueprint? And I was like, what new blueprint? And he's like, well, there's this one, it's like a new grenade where if you plant it down, it shocks people. And it's kind of like a mine. Like, you put it down and it'll keep shocking them continuously until they either destroy it or they move out of the way. So, and I've already seen the videos of it, people putting up zip lines to high places and placing one of those traps at the very top. Mm-hmm. So as soon as you get close to it, it shocks you and it knocks you off the zip line and you fall down and die, basically.
Does it act the same way as the electric mine?
Yeah, but it's a constant one that stays on. So it even shocks you if you get close to it. So you got to back away from it.
Oh, so in a way you can kind of use that as a second. Like you open the door and you can put the mine there, and then it kind of acts as a door because they can't walk through it. Okay.
Especially if you place it above the door. So it's like, how many of us actually look up when we're playing that game? Not very few. And it stuns you too. So when you get hit from it, you can move, but you're like very slow on the way back.
Oh, interesting.
So I've already seen. It hasn't happened to me yet where people cheese it and they do that. But I've seen the videos of people putting zip lines up and putting one of those things down just to ruin your day.
We did finally get a new arc too, which is the vaporizers, which is.
Oh my god.
Well, there's a lot of stories with that when we get into our weekend R-Riggers. This is just talking about like the things that came out with this update. So we had the new vaporizers come in. We had a Scrappy update, which is kind of cool, but I don't think it necessarily changed the way I feel about Scrappy.
I think it's more, it made me focus more on like, hey, like I do need to acquire like stuff to feed him to get better stuff.
Yeah,
that's kind of
you've gotten a couple good things though from like that thing. So I guess it's kind of cool, just an extra added thing. So you're not just getting your basic resources. You might get like a special resource tied to it.
It's not the thing is it's not meant to be like I'm gonna give this to him and I'm for sure getting it. No, it's like it's a gamble roll. Like I've seen the percentage charts. Everything is kind of like within like 5 to 4% chance of getting a certain thing. Because I mean, there's a breakdown where it's like if you feed him this, you'll get only this. If you feed him this, you're only allowed to get this. So like there are certain fruits and stuff that are beneficial. Like I know for sure like the mushrooms that you feed him are more beneficial, and the mixed fruit cocktails are more. You get a higher chance of getting usable things. I think it's the mixed fruit one, but you have a chance of getting one of those kinetic converters for free. Just by feeding it to him.
Oh, wait, that mod that's yellow, huh? Yeah. I don't think there's a blueprint for that one either.
Nope, there's not. Just like there's none for the
I guess
splitter.
That's kind of cool. So I feel like it's nothing game-changing, but it's definitely a nice added thing because you have that chance of getting something cool.
Hey, I lost
feeding him.
Hey, I lost all my stuff, but I might have a chance to get something like that.
I think the thing I do wish that they brought with this patch, I wish they were able to increase your
loot.
Your
storage.
Your stash. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. I wish they expanded the stash because it's still a limited amount of like the same amount that you're able to have with the normal stash. And then I feel like the thing I didn't like about having to get the fruits to like feed your Scrappy is that it's there's not enough space. But now now you want to collect all the fruits and everything so then you could feed Scrappy. So like if you're getting a lot of it. That stash is gonna fill up even quicker now because now you're gonna be saving all your fruits and everything.
I honestly think it's capped out like that for a good reason because can you imagine just somebody stacking up on everything and always being ready versus
they played the game, they put the time in it.
Yeah,
I don't see why they shouldn't have an edge already have like tons of things that they can go through.
True, but
especially if you have to pay for it, like with your credits and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if I had a bigger cap, a lot of the weapons I acquire from people when we kill them, I would keep and use them.
Yeah.
Versus, since I know my space is limited, like, I either have to sell it, or take off the mods from it and use it for my own thing, and then eventually get to the gun. But since I know my stash is limited, like, you got to be very methodical and smart with what you're keeping and selling, basically.
I guess, yeah.
It keeps you conscious of what you. Because, I mean, in reality, like, the amount of stuff we grab when we're up there, like, realistically, like, we can't fit all that in the backpack. And so I think the whole stash count, what is it, like 280? I think 280 is the max.
No, I think it's 380. Yeah. No, is it 280?
I think it's 280.
I don't remember.
I think it's, it's in that area. But, like, I think having that set number, I think is just, as a player, makes you more conscious of, like, the decisions you make. Because it's like, hey, like, even, like, in your backpack when you're out there, like, you have to make that conscious decision, like, do I really need this? Like, I know I can manufacture it when I get back, but it's like I don't want to waste resources for it, so I'd rather grab it. But on the other hand, it's just like when you take somebody out and they have all kinds of shit, it's like, all right, I'm gonna drop everything that at least some stuff that I collected.
Yeah, I don't think it should change like the way you like your backpack space, but I feel like a stash, maybe one more upgrade would be nice to have, especially if you're gonna be adding a lot more different resources to collect, because now you have the vaporizers that have
the matrix cores
that drop new resources as well. So then that adds to the stash. So I feel like definitely maybe not making it like keep on going forever where you can just keep on increasing stash, but definitely I feel like one more upgrade would have been nice because of all the new resources that you're gonna have to be collecting.
I'm with you on it. I wouldn't mind a bigger stash, but I kind of see on their end like why they're not doing it, because they don't want to give you that comfortability of like, hey, you got all this space, so you can just kind of collect everything you want. So I can see, because I mean, like I mean, I know when we play, like there's times when we go in with a good set of loot, you, me, and Rudy, and then we get dumped on, and then we lose everything. It's like, all right, cool. Now I got to rebuild everything. It gets to a certain point when I'm down a certain amount of materials in my stash, and it's like, oh, that's it. I need a resource run. I need to like recapture all this stuff that I lost, basically.
They also I think they also added a new project, I think, as well, that has like 3 steps.
Yes.
I'm still on step 1.
I'm on step 2.
You do definitely get some decent stuff for completing each step, so that's kind of nice.
A lot of good weapons, no blueprints, but they're giving you coins though. I think they're giving you up to 600 of like the gold coin currency, which you could use in the store. Premium currency. Yeah, which you could use in the store, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I know most companies do give you like their currency for free as long as you complete a battle pass or something. Yeah. But here's a game that only costs us, well, it didn't cost me anything because you bought it for me, but $40 game that is giving you currency to buy stuff in game.
Because I think they give you the premium currency in the battle passes, of course,
which are free.
Which is free, which is awesome. Yeah. I think if you're gonna charge me a certain amount of dollars for a game, the battle pass should be free. I shouldn't be paying for the game at full price or whatever price you're putting it at, and still have to pay for a battle pass. Like, I should be getting the battle pass for free since I paid the price for it.
What I do like is in that game, some stuff does cost that gold currency, but there's maybe like 3 or 5 items in that store where it's like you actually need to pay for it, like with money. Yeah. And it's all cosmetics, and it's nothing that's going to give you an advantage in the field. It's just cosmetics, which I think is great. Now, if they ever implement something where you could buy stuff to make you better out there, I think that's the problem.
Yeah, but I think they've said themselves that they're not going to be doing that.
Yeah, because then it becomes pay to win, and I'm not a fan of games where it's pay to win. It's like
Call of Duty.
Yeah, because then when you get dumped on, it's just like, well, this guy had an unfair advantage because he spent $50 on a weapon that I'll never buy. Yeah. So I think this game's doing it right, where it's like, hey, we'll, and I can see where they're sort of making their money on that, where it's like, hey, like the cosmetics they drop are really dope. Yeah. And I wouldn't mind dropping the $20 on that Wasp set.
What I like about it is what the developers have said time to time is that they're only going to be releasing skins that match
the aesthetic
of the game, which is awesome.
They're not going to make some kooky ass
freaking
shit.
Call of Duty over here with the like. I remember the weirdest one I saw, because kids play that game too, and they had like a weed like gun skin, and you're able to smoke out of it.
They've always had that though since Modern Warfare 2.
I know, but it's just like I saw that, I was just like, why? Why are we promoting that on here when kids also play this game too?
Yeah, it's bad.
Even though they shouldn't, because it is rated M. But at the end of the day, it's Call of Duty. Kids get it.
Them parents don't care. They're like, shut up, Timmy, play this game.
Yeah.
But no, I'm with you on that though. I think the weirdest thing I've seen for COD is the Beavis and Butthead thing, and then the American Dad thing.
And Nicki Minaj. I thought that was weird too. I was like, what the hell? Why do we have Nicki Minaj in here now? What the hell?
Joe fat ass off the screen.
Like, and I saw that skin, I was like, they're trying to be Fortnite so bad.
They are. And it's bad. I think a game that's based on war should not be funny like that.
I miss the grittiness that was in like the old games, like the old sniper missions that you had where you went covert ops, hiding, stealth, sniping people.
Take me back.
And then explosions and just the characters were not as goofy. The characters were very like serious, like, hey, we need to get in there.
I will say the newer remakes of Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3
definitely bring that back.
The stories on those ones are super gritty, like exactly how Call of Duty should be. Like Captain Price is dope.
Oh yeah.
And then they give
iconic.
You can't beat that. And then they give Ghost that extra like mysterious like feature where it's just like I remember that stupid meme where it's like they're in the car and a ghost is looking at you like I'm just like that.
I love that meme.
That meme is so funny.
Like the other iconic characters would say is like from like Black Ops was like the zombie people like Rick Toffin and all those characters. I don't remember all of their names. Yeah. But like those like the original
Dempsey.
cast. Yeah. All the original cast for zombies are also very great too. I love those. And it's like I wish we had, because a lot of the characters now I don't really care for, and I don't really know their names or anything like that. But I don't know. They're just missing that specialness that those characters had that brought Call of Duty.
Oh, dude, 100%. I just getting to know those characters was freaking awesome growing up, and the voice actors on them, they're all awesome.
But pretty much back onto the Arc Raiders update. They also added a feature. Very small, but apparently if you're trying to create a let's say an example, I'm trying to create a gun and I don't have the resources, you can go into this extra tab or whatever, and it pops up everything that's in your inventory that has resources to be able to make that gun. So then you just select each one, and then it dismantles it for all 4 of them or whatever, how much it takes, and then it gives you the parts to be able to make that gun.
Really?
So it's kind of cool.
I don't think I've seen that feature. Where's it at?
So you have to go on. It has to be a gun that you have. You have to have. None of the parts, or anything, or you're missing a couple, whatever, and you hover over the gun, and then there's a button that you press. It pops up on the right side, where like it gives you the description of the weapon and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's like triangle or something like that, and it pops up that menu, and you pretty much select each individual item, and it's like, oh, well, you need 6 mechanical parts. These are things that have mechanical parts, and then you select each one. It tells you how many you need, and then once you fill that up, it automatically doesn't let you select anything else, and then you dismantle them, and it gives you the parts to be able to make that gun. So
okay,
definitely cool. I haven't really used the feature because I'm so used to just dismantling them on myself.
Yeah. I like doing it that way, to be honest. I haven't even touched that feature.
But it definitely makes it easier for newer people to be able to like craft stuff faster instead of like, because that's the issue we always had. Like we lose a raid and then we have to craft everything. So it does make it slightly easier to craft something, but it doesn't make it game changing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make my class super quick now.
I'm honestly, you know what? I've been more of a fan since all 3 of us have been playing, you, me, and Rudy. Is like when we lose our class, I like just going in with the free loadout, grabbing what I can out there and bringing it back and using that as my next class versus like, I mean, hey, like if we want to get back into it, like sure, I'll grab my good guns and stuff, like or craft it. But it's been working out where every time we lose, I take a free loadout, and we happen to come across a team, kill them, and each of us snags another weapon, or even just finding something out in the wild, like in a box or something. So it's been working out for me. I kind of enjoy that a little bit more now than just kind of wasting resources now, because I waste a lot of resources when I have to redo everything.
And then you got the new operation, which is Operation Close Scrutiny, which is where the vaporizers are in.
And the rats.
Yeah, and the rats, definitely. Again, we'll dive deep into this. This is just us talking about like the initial stuff that came out with this update. There's a good amount of stuff that came out with this one. Does it feel like it's pulling me back in slightly? But it definitely hasn't been like I'm at 100% again where I'm like, yes, Arc Raiders.
I get you. You know what, like playing... I've had more enjoyment playing with you and Rudy than I have been by myself. That's for sure. So it's like
I can't play that game by myself. I don't know why.
Actually, like I don't mind playing by myself because when I do, there's no
get the nicer lobbies.
There's no drama.
Yeah.
Like, it's just me.
You do get the nicer lobbies. What else came out with this update? I'm trying to think of anything else. Scrappy, the new operation. Nope. And then we were just talking about like
the blueprint,
which is kind of cool. The new most of the operations that are not operations. Most of the projects that come out, they usually give you premium currency as well. So it's definitely not just the battle pass that you have to get the premium currency. Like most of the stuff that they release, like events and stuff, give you premium currency, which is really cool again. I
think the amount of currency they give you between battle pass and then like the what do you call those, not an expedition, but the project, the amount of money you get from the project and the battle pass is enough to buy like a 1 skin per, pretty much per set, if you will. So like I think that's kind of cool. It's just like I can get 1 free cosmetic every patch basically, which I think is cool. That kind of keeps you a little bit more interested and relevant. It requires you to grind a lot more, obviously. So it's more of a, do I want to put my time in and invest into it? And yes, the answer is yes.
I think that's pretty much it for this update. I definitely feel like we got a lot more stuff with this update than the update before this.
Oh, 100%.
And then again, I feel like we're going to get an even bigger update with the new map coming out this month, which is exciting. Dude,
I think it was just a taste of what we were gonna get.
Yeah, and honestly, it's been going. It's been going strong. What else?
But shredders, we got shredders.
Oh yeah, we got shredders just chilling everywhere now. You know what's funny though, that because they said shredders are in most maps. I don't think I've really seen a shredder anywhere.
They're in certain spots. So like Blue Gate, like shredders are not out in the open.
They're not underground. The highway.
Yeah. And then
not the highway, but the gate that's right there.
I haven't seen one in Damn Battlegrounds. I haven't seen one in I've seen one in Spaceport, yes, but I haven't seen one in Buried City.
I heard one in Spaceport.
Yeah, but they're only indoors. They're never. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, we saw it next to the tower.
I guess that's the last thing for like the update. We got shredders in most of the maps, but I don't really see them that much. So they haven't become an issue in any of the other maps. They're still a problem in in Stella Montes.
In close quarters, they are deadly. That's for sure.
Yeah, but as we talk about the update, let's hop right into our week with Arc Raiders with the whole experience of how we went through these different things and just what we did and just playing with Rudy again, which is. Like you said, it's been a great time playing with Rudy. Definitely some frustrations. We'll probably end up talking about the one that happened just yesterday.
Oh my god,
it's gonna make me look like I'm an idiot, but no, it's all right. It's part of the game.
I didn't even see what happened until he told me what happened.
It's funny because I did that, but I was like, Rudy does dumb stuff all the time. So
I will say, I feel like we are way more equipped for PvP than we were before, as far as like. Our call outs, being prepared for like what to expect. A lot
of our fights go pretty good.
Everything's
sometimes.
I think a lot of stuff is more shoot on sight now than it was before.
Oh yeah.
Before it was like, we'll give them the pass. Now it's like, nah, nobody's getting the pass no more.
We'll talk about like the week because we missed like during Easter. We could talk about like our experience from there. And
yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of fun stuff to talk about with this just week alone.
Dude, for real. We've been going ham.
But pretty much last week was with our initial like thoughts like going into the update and everything. Close scrutiny, man. That operation we went into because it's like that's where the vaporizers are because they don't spawn as regular. They're eventually probably going to come to like the regular maps, but they're only tied to the operations. And you have to go find these, what are they called? The things where you can get the blueprints.
Oh, the processors.
Not the processors. Doesn't it start with like an M or something like that?
Matriarchs?
No. I don't know. But there's like a, let's say it's like a beacon, I guess you could say.
Yes.
That pretty much has three different little.
The assessor.
The assessors. There you go.
I was like, I'm like, you said a beacon. I'm like, oh no, it's the assessors.
The assessors. I don't. Yeah. But there's like three different little things that you can loot off of those, and that's the only way to get the Delabra blueprint at the moment. And literally, as you go in to get like loot that, a bunch of arcs just spawn. A bunch of arcs spawn in automatically as soon as you start trying to open one of those. So pretty much you're only able to open a wall. It's timed, so each one opens at a different time. And
I think every like 20 seconds to 30 seconds, it rotates to the next spot to open up where that little platform goes up and you're able to do it.
But my first experience with it was I went in.
I got wrecked.
I just wanted to test out the operation, see what it was about or whatever. And I went in with the free kit. Because I was like, let's just go get a feel for it, whatever. I go in there, and it was on Buried City. And as soon as I went to, like, the assessors, a bunch of arcs spawned in. And then freaking, like, 3 vaporizers spawned in or were coming towards the assessor. And literally, I didn't think they were going to do that much damage. But pretty much, they shoot you with that laser. Your shield's gone most of the time.
Yeah.
And I had to run into a building, and there was a bunch of people that were just chilling there like, these freaking vaporizers freaking scary, man. I was like, yeah, I just saw one right now. It's freaking intense. Those things are like, yeah, are insane. And literally, if you want to do this operation, you cannot go in with a free kit. You're not doing crap.
No, definitely
with
not.
A free kit. But yeah, that was like my first experience just getting a feel for it. And I realized, oh, well, I'm going to have to bring a class in whenever I do this operation now.
Yeah, and then everybody just kind of does the cheese method where like they go there, they do the zip lines directly to the assessor, and they drop the smokes, search it.
That was the strat a couple days after the update, but everyone was still trying to learn it. And then a couple days after that's when I started seeing everyone use the smokes to be able to
and then it's just like the photosynthesis. What is it called? Photo cloak?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's using that too.
The cloak to hide from the arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's pretty much, that was like my first experience in, and then I think
my first experience was with you. I didn't even play it by myself. I was like, I'm not going in by myself to do this. Like, I'm taking you with me.
Because you played with me that same day.
Yeah, we did it.
You just got in a little later because I think you were busy with some stuff.
Yeah, I think it was working.
And I was like, yeah, Jordan, you can't go out with the free kit. You're gonna have to take a whole cracker.
Then we played it on Buried City.
An assault rifle or like whatever gun you think is gonna be good for like PvP or like arc. Which is surprising because I really hated the Apprezio, but for some reason, once that operation went live, the whole update, I don't know, I started using the Apprezio again.
It's such a good gun.
And I was like, I actually really like this gun. I don't know why.
If I'm not using the, what's the other one that you like?
Tempest?
Yeah, if you're not using the Tempest, the Appraisio I think is the next best thing, because that triple burst is really good for accuracy. It's just like brrr, brrr.
Oh yeah, it's so fun to use, and it actually does decent amount of damage, but you have to take a shit ton of ammo in there.
Yeah, I'm at least if I'm taking a Tempest or the Appraisio, I'm taking at least 3 stacks of medium.
Yeah, no, then you could take more than that.
The only time I take more than that is if I'm running the Torrente.
Okay.
I'll take 4 stacks, but then it's just like I'll find the rest as I go along. But like starting with that amount, I think it's decent.
How did our week even go for the first week? Of like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff, but I can't remember like everything that happened because I'm more remembering everything that happened this week.
Yeah, you know what? We went on a lot of runs for the.
Well, we did do a lot of Operation Scrutiny though with Rudy, because then Rudy got on later.
Yeah, because we were questing for that stupid Delabra.
Yeah,
and then when
let's see if we can get it.
And then when we couldn't get it, we were requesting for the Kanto.
Yeah.
Going into a lot of the hurricane events, and it's funny how like we were able to locate a lot of those just kind of offhand, like randomly.
Yeah.
And then Rudy started printing
up
a
map.
Yeah.
That apparently I think is like a community app. So every time someone finds someone, they can mark it on this map, and then you're able to see exactly where these raider caches spawn in.
What I think is cool. I think that's cool that the community has kind of come together and just kind of like help out the next people.
But I'm pretty sure that first week we did a lot of those close scrutiny operations. Damn,
came out with nothing.
We were running out of resources super quick because you have to take a hole cracker with you. And then you take an assault rifle or whatever it is.
Wolf packs.
And then wolf packs. Yeah. And then
I burned through a lot.
It requires a lot, which is kind of cool because it definitely feels like a challenging operation, which is I feel like what the operations have been missing is that difficulty. So definitely you're not going in with a free kit, and if you are coming in, you kind of in a way you kind of want to come in like fully stacked with a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of ammo, because even with the hole cracker it takes like, I don't know, depends on how many shots, maybe like 10 shots to kill him with the hull cracker if you're landing everything.
I would say taking out the vaporizers was a challenging task at first, but now that we kind of know how it operates, like it literally takes only one wolf pack to take it out. But
which is surprising.
But that stupid shield,
you gotta wait for that shield to go down.
Yeah, as soon as we get the shield up, it's easy to take it out. But
that same week, was it that same week? Yeah, we ended up doing that strategy where we're just like, you know what we should do, instead of like going for the assessors, we should just
take out the
vaporizers. So we would camp somewhere. I think it was on Spaceport when we did this, and we camped in like this building and pretty much had the vaporizers come towards us. So we like pinged them.
Oh, I remember.
And they would come towards us, and we were just farming the vaporizers. That's all we were doing. We're just chilling with the vaporizer, and there was a team across our way that were trying so hard to kill us for some reason. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, we're literally here just killing the vaporizer. If anything, it's making it easier for you to go do the assessors, because you probably want that loot or whatever, that we're taking out the vaporizer. So why are we trying to be like, hey, we're going to go kill those guys? And so we were doing that for a little bit, and then the squad finally pushed, and it was just a frustrating time, honestly.
It took them like 20 minutes to get to us, though, like because we kept pushing them back down from where we were at.
But then they eventually ended up getting on top of us, and they were just camping up there the whole time. And then eventually me and Rudy were just in that same little tower, and then they eventually ended up pushing, and they used the snap hook to come inside the window, but we were keeping them like down, like from coming down to us the whole time, like that whole time there. But then they finally decided to use the snap hook, and they came in and killed us. And we're like, okay, guys, like, we're literally not firing at you guys. We only fired at you because you started firing at us like from across the way, and we're just killing the vaporizers. And they didn't say anything as usual, which is annoying to me.
Fucking rat.
I know, and I think I used like a word that I don't usually like to use. And I was like, I'm not gonna say it right now, of course, but like there was a word I even told this person, I was like, I don't like to say this word that often, but I've never said this word, and I literally told him straight up I said the word, and I was like. And then he killed me. And I was like, I'd never said that word.
I said a slur.
Yeah. I've never said that word before, so it felt so weird. But, like, that's how pissed I was at these guys.
Oh, my God. I remember, too. That was funny. I was just like, ooh, you said a bad word.
These guys were just being super ratty. And we were just, like, killing the vaporizers, helping out people so they could go do the assessors so they don't have to deal with the vaporizers. And then they're, like, coming to push us to kill us.
We were doing it because we need those, what is it, the vaporizer?
The epic part. I don't remember what it's called right now.
But the turbine. Oh, I'm sorry. It was a turbine.
I don't think it's called turbine.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
It's a part from them that we need for the quest anyways. So we were just farming that. And we even told them, like, hey, dude, like, if you guys stay over there, we'll stay over here. Like,
I think...
Don't worry about it.
I think Rudy or you...
I called it out on him. I was just like, hey, bro, like, I see you. Like, why are you trying to shoot at? We're not affecting your game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then they got third party by the guys on the other side of us. So I was like, all right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
But that same week also too, I think we were back in Spaceport and we were trying to do our little strat again.
No, we were on Buried City.
No, it was Spaceport. This is the one where the freaking Rocketeer flew into the building somehow.
That's right, yeah.
So we were trying to, because there was an assessor, I think, kind of close by to us, and then we were taking out the vaporizers and stuff from like that building.
Okay, I remember that game because we actually made it out alive on that game.
Yeah,
but we didn't get much because we were dealing with all the flying stuff,
all the Rocketeers and everything. It was kind of funny though, because like the Rocketeers, I don't know, it was like a bug or something like that, and like they had a different sound.
Oh, that's right.
I was confused. I was like, because I think that's the same sound as the vaporizer, and I guess when they put the update, the sound got attached to the Rocketeer. So whenever I would hear that sound, I thought it was a vaporizer, and it was just a Rocketeer. And I was like, what the hell? Did they change their sound for some reason?
Yeah, there was a few bugs this week that we were dealing with, like the lagging out one that sucks.
Oh yeah, that's definitely been
that bug has killed us on a bunch of different occasions.
Frustration because we're already like 2 weeks in and we're still dealing with those network issues from the update.
They weren't that bad before the patch. I think whatever patch notes that they put in, it just kind of didn't sit well with whatever was already there, because there's been a few instances where we've been playing and then like we get kicked mid-fight. It's happened to me twice. It's happened to Rudy a few times, and I'm just like, dude, like what the hell?
But we were taking all the heat from those back to like the spaceport thing where we took the heat from all the Rocketeers, and I think Rudy was just like running in scot-free.
Yeah, we were
taking the heat.
Oh, because his mic took a dump on us too. We were just like, he was like, I gotta charge it, and I was like, really?
And it was funny because like that Rocketeer, it wouldn't die even though we're shooting the crap out of it, and then for some reason it was like, hey guys, and it came inside the building, and the door was like, oh shit.
I turned around and I looked, it was looking at me dead in the face. I was like, oh, okay, this is where we're going with that.
I was like, that's insane. And then we finally extracted, we used the Raider hatch key for that one, but that was a very interesting one. Yeah. No communication. It was just me and Jordan taking all the heat while Rudy, he was just able to loot freely.
I know I think he got 2 of them open, but he didn't even get the blueprint. So I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah, but that was a fun.
My other situation. one that I hated too was when we were on Buried City on top of the Grandioso apartments and doing the same strat, and then all of a sudden these guys from down the street start shooting at us, and I'm just like, dude, what did we do? Like, why are people so pissed?
Wait, was that when the stairs disappeared?
Yes. That's that one.
That was weird. That was a weird bug.
I don't understand why people get so upset when we start taking out the vaporizers. It's like, what? We're doing you a service here of doing that because we need the parts.
Yeah, now you can go to the assessor and get the better loot.
Yeah, so what's the big deal?
Yeah, but they pushed... No, was that but I think...
The first time that happened to us, we got out. The second time, that team came upstairs and took us out.
But also, too, I remember that other time we were on the other building next to the Grandiose, and those people finally pushed up the stairs. And I think and I was like, oh, I'm waiting for Jordan to, like, save me, because he's like, I'm going to be on top, so as soon as you could throw, as soon as they come in and you tell them, I'll throw a grenade or whatever, so then I could stun them.
Oh, that's right, and I got kicked.
I was like, shoot him. I was like, hey, Jordan, they're coming. And then Jordan said nothing. I was like, what the hell happened? And then Jordan's like, all right, I'm back. And then I was already dead, and then the people found him and killed him. I was like, oh my god.
I took out one guy, and then the other guy just came in and got me. I was like, son of a bitch, dude.
Yeah, I was just like, I literally thought Jordan just did not like
not want to
help out. No, he literally disconnected on that situation. I was like, oh
if I hadn't have lagged out, we would have had that though.
We also had like another interesting incidents when there's 2 guys left. We downed one of them, and it was in Damn Battlegrounds, and Rudy was helping me kill the guy. And then as soon as the last guy, there was one guy left, Rudy disconnects, and then guy was able to revive his buddy, and then they pushed me, and that's when I just jumped off. I was like, I'm not winning this fight because Rudy's gone. Yeah, because he lagged out.
I know.
And I was like, we would have won that fight. Even Rudy, when he came back, he's like, we would have totally had. I was like, yeah, if you would have stayed in, we would have totally won that fight. Because I was using I've been using the Berletta too. The Berletta's kind of an insane pistol. It's a cool little pistol. Especially if you put a suppressor on that thing. Because I remember I was at small health, like a very small amount of health. And for some reason, just because of how fast it shoots, I downed like, it wasn't in that game, but it was another game. And I was just downing Raiders left and right at low health.
The TTK on that one is much higher than most pistols in that game.
Yeah, but that pistol's so good. I was like, oh, wow, I should be using this gun a lot more. And
it's cheap to make.
Yeah.
Very cheap to make.
Yeah, so that was definitely fun. And then let's go into like our week just in this week with Arc Raiders was like a very
another fun-filled event.
A very fun one. Yeah, I think we're again. Oh, actually, last week we forgot to talk when we were in the hurricane. You found 2 Tempest blueprints back to back.
Yeah,
because that's when we were doing like our hurricane run. Because that's the only way to get the Kanto blueprint is through those rare caches. So we're like, hey, let's go do hurricanes, and so that's what we did. And I think sure enough, like a couple games in, Jordan was like,
guess what I found?
I know, he was like shocked for a second. I was like, what happened, Jordan? I thought it was like a raider or something. He was like, dude, I just got a Tempest blueprint. I gotta get the hell out of here.
And I was on a free kit too, so I was like, Rudy, put this up your ass, please. And it's funny. I remember when I searched the next cache, you're like, "Oh, watch it be another Tempest," and I found it.
Sure enough, was
like, "You're not gonna believe this."
Then Jordan and Rudy both got Tempest blueprints, and I was like, "Man, I was the only one without one."
And then we just recently got you yours.
Yeah, so we got mine just a couple days ago, which was fun. I was like, "You guys both got them," and I was like, "I really want it."
What map was it on when we killed that guy?
4.
When we got you the Tempest blue.
That situation was fun.
Yeah.
What map was it?
Was it Buried City or was it Dam Battlegrounds?
I forget which map it was, unfortunately, but that was a fun one. Oh no, it was Buried City because we were in the outskirts.
Because it was a hurricane event.
And we saw one guy, he was just chilling by himself, and then we killed him.
He got mad.
And he was super pissed.
He's like, what's your fucking problem, bro?
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's my problem.
He went off on, I think, Jordan and Rudy.
He did.
Because they're the ones that both downed him. And he was super mad.
And I was like, why is he so mad? Like, it's just the game.
He knocks him, sure enough, searches. He's like, you want to know why he was mad? I'm like, why? Tempest. He had a Tempest blueprint. I was like, oh, I finally got my Tempest blueprint. And it wasn't even from the caches. It was from a guy.
I know. But you know what? If it was that important, why wasn't it in a safe pocket then?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think he had a free kit either.
No, he didn't.
That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. So, like,
that guy was ballsy then.
For real. Whatever was in a safe pocket must be better than that, I guess. I mean,
there's no way.
There's no way. Like, what else could you have possibly had that's better than Tempest? But yeah, that guy was sour as fuck.
That was fun. But that same, it was in Dam Battlegrounds. But then remember that friendly guy that came in past us? He's like, I'm friendly here, guys. Like, I'm not trying to do anything. I don't have any weapons. I'm just here for the ready caches.
Yeah.
And we're like, all right, get out of here. Yeah. Like, Jordan was like, all right, get out of here.
No, but I saw him run by and I was like, get that guy. Like,
yeah, because we were shooting for a little bit, but then that's when he was like, hey, like I'm chill. I'm not trying to kill anyone. Like, I'm just here for to do the trial, because the trial right now for this week is the Raider caches or whatever. And the guy, we're like, okay, go ahead, get out of here. Yeah, like we tell him stupid.
That's why I was like, get out of here, kid.
And he's like, all right, thank you guys.
And
then he starts running. Rudy's like, just kidding.
And I was like, hey, yo, chill. We said we were gonna let this guy go.
But we didn't kill him, but. No. Rudy
but now that I think about it, after we let that kid go, like
all the Raider caches,
all the caches we hit up on the way, I'm like, this fucking kid probably hit him all up.
But I think he died, because I think the same direction we were in, a flare went off, and I was like, I wonder if that was the guy that started running away from us.
Punk.
But it was funny too, because I don't think it was in that map. It was in that map, but a different scenario. There was a team that came in, and I guess they downed Rudy. And then I finally kill one of them. I think it was only one guy left. And he's like, oh, like, we were here to help you guys. And like, we weren't trying to we weren't trying to do anything. And I was like, you just downed my buddy over here. Yeah. Like, what do you mean you're friendly?
Yeah, we're friendly.
Yeah, and they got super pissed about that. And I was like, you guys are the ones that shot first.
I'm like, you can't.
And you downed my buddy, and then now you're going to say you're friendly. Like,
you can't cry wolf and expect me to believe you after that. Yeah. Like, it's like, dude, I know what your intentions are. Let's not be real.
That same scenario happened when we were in that same map, and we went into the new location that's in Dam Battlegrounds, because it's like the place to be for like resource runs. Yeah. And this team was outside the doors because we came down the thing, and we see them, and they shoot first because I just saw them. I didn't even shoot at them. I just saw them and then rolled away, and they immediately throw grenades, and then they're trying to get in, and then we win that fight.
Yeah, because I was on the scaffold. I was on the scaffolding up top while they downed Rudy. They cornered you, and I threw 3 of the heavy fuse grenades. And then I one or two tapped from the top on the head with one of them, and I was like, "This is easy."
They're like, "Oh, you guys just scared us. That's why we shot."
There was the chick. Well, you scared us.
Yeah, you scared us.
Like, nah, you fired first.
I know. What do you mean we scared you? I didn't even shoot at you. I literally saw you guys, and I rolled away, and you decided to throw a grenade following that. Yes. Like, what do you mean you guys are here not trying to cause harm to the team or whatever? Stupid. And it's just like sometimes I feel like people, I don't mind if you kill me, but at least own up to it and say, hey, you know what? I want to kill you because I want your stuff.
I want your shit.
Not saying, oh, well, you scared me, or I got wrecked in the last game, so I'm just taking my anger. Yeah, it's your turn or whatever.
Your turn. I hate it when people say
it's part of the game, or like, yeah, it's all this stuff, like all these normal excuses and stuff. And I was like, just tell me straight up that you wanted my stuff, like you want to kill me, and I'll be like, I'll be mad, but I'll be like, okay, like whatever.
He was honest.
It is. He's honest, but like all these people try lying whenever they kill you.
You know what? It's been,
or you kill them.
I'm starting to become a little bit better at that game when it comes to taking people out. Like, usually you and Rudy are kind of close to each other. One of you goes down, and then I just come in third party from behind.
I know, you were pretty clutch this week.
Oh, yeah, dude. Especially, I think on that same scenario when we were playing Damn Battlegrounds, and we killed that dude and we let him go. Then that team came up from behind and took Rudy out.
Oh, yeah.
And then downed you, and then while they were trying to down you or finish you off, I came in and from the side.
Yeah, I downed one of them, and he was just one guy left because he was behind the bus, and then he started chasing you down. Yeah, and I think he threw a grenade.
I did. I threw one of those trailblazers, and then he rolled towards me, and then I got him with the Tempest.
Yeah, and then boom, he got him, and I was like, damn,
bait and switch, fool.
But yeah, it was definitely fun, and then we did have that like scenario. That got Rudy super pissed yesterday.
That was so funny. You weren't. I mean, like, I know you weren't there at the beginning portions of it, but like,
because I was watching the stairs below, because that loot room that's inside the control center in Damn Battlegrounds had a barricade. So I was like, oh, someone's gonna probably come out. So I was down the stairs for a little bit, and then that's when I think that's when Rudy got down because there was a raider up there. I was like, oh, what? So there's one up there.
We went up there and nobody had breached the door yet. Mm-hmm. And my only thought process on that,
they exited out the back way. That back way.
But that means that they would have had to have jumped onto the ladder and gone up. So as soon as I pry open the door, I open it. I don't immediately go out because I'm like, there's always a few of those pops or what's the other one? The flame one?
Yeah, I forget what his name.
I always call it the black one. But
I just call them Flame Boys. Yeah. I just call all them Flame Boys.
I know there's always one lurking around the corner, so I was like, I'm not going to go first. I'm going to let Rudy go first. And sure enough, as soon as Rudy goes out there, there's one waiting right there for us. And what does he do? He opens fire on it. And as soon as he does that, guy standing on top of one of the vents just takes Rudy out, and then he's like, "Ha ha, I got you."
Oh,
and
he was talking
smack, and I was like, "I'm gonna rock this guy."
And that's when he was like, "Oh, revive Rudy," and that's when I came up. Yeah, and he closes the door, but then the door opens again. So then I kind of did like cover fire or whatever because I was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna come and throw a grenade or something like that," so I'm gonna try to shoot or whatever, so it gets him to back out. And I didn't know Rudy's health was so low or whatever. And then Jordan finally killed him, and then Rudy died, and then Rudy was just super pissed.
He's like, what the hell, dude? All you had to do was
I told you to revive me, and you didn't revive me. It's like, what were you even shooting at and everything? I was like, oh my God. Bad. Like,
that's my bad.
Like, I didn't know how low his health was. Like, if I knew there was like that much health left, I would have like easily grabbed him. But at the same time, that guy was gonna roll in. I was like, well, if this guy rolls in while I'm trying to revive that guy, he might kill both me and Jordan.
So like, the reason why his health was so low is because after he downed him, he kept shooting him until he crossed the door. So as soon as Rudy crossed the door, he jumped down to chase him, but I was waiting there for him with the Tempest, and I lit that guy up, and then he started hiding in the corner, and I heard him reload, and I was like, oh, this is my chance to capitalize. So then I peeked out the door, and as I was shooting him, he was shooting at me too, but Rudy was behind me. So he ends up killing Rudy. I end up taking, he was sour. He was super sour about it. He was just like, oh, that's fucking bullshit, dude. Like, dude, I'm like, you literally just did the same thing to my teammate. Like, I don't feel sorry for you. I'm going to take everything you have. That was the guy that had 2 Tempests and 2 volcanoes on him, and I was like,
oh, I know. You came out scooped up after that.
Shit, son. I was pumped about that.
But then at the same time, like, I kind of felt bad that I didn't revive Rudy. But then I remember like that one instance when Rudy wasn't talking to us at all, and he goes rushing in to like go PvP, and we're like, oh, like,
when were you gonna call that out?
He didn't call that out or anything. He just kept on going.
I know.
And then I think there was also another instance where he's like, let's just go down this way or something like that. Oh no, isn't that? I think it's one of the instances where you're like, let's just take the Raider hatch or whatever.
He's like, no, let's go public. And I was
let's
like,
go to the public since it's right here.
I don't want to go public because people are going to be waiting for us. We didn't even make it halfway out.
Yeah,
and people were already gunning at us. And I was like, dude, this is why we go to the hatch keys. Like, I have the resources to make these keys on deck.
So we all have our moments where we piss off the other.
I was so mad at Rudy, dude. I was like, you motherfucker, dude. Like, I'm like, next time I say let's use the hatch key, let's use the hatch key. He's like, but we're right here. And I'm like, I don't care. There's always some team lurking around there for us. And if we haven't learned your lesson yet about that, the problems. But wasn't that yesterday?
Yeah, I think that was yesterday.
See, I'm still sour about it still.
But yeah.
But you know what though? Even though we have moments like that, I still feel like we have better moments when we take out teams and take their stuff. I think that kind of outweighs the frustration. It's like, okay, yeah, we had one bad game, but the next game we'll get it back in blood. Yeah. Just the way it is.
But yeah, it's definitely that's why I do like about like our regulars, and which is why we always talk about it, because it's just like a new experience every single time.
Yeah, never a dull moment there.
And that's why it's always like a continuous segment here, because there's just like stuff to go on and talk about and just kind of reminisce about those situations that happen over a podcast instead of just talking like to each other like regularly or whatever. So
you know what's funny though, like I want to say like these past 2 weeks we have not really run into any friendly people.
Nope.
I think we're kind of stuck in that.
We're stuck in the PvP lobbies now.
We're stuck in that shark tank with everybody else. Rudy. Yeah.
Because me and Jordan, when we play, we're always playing like passive.
There's that other instance too, and we were on Blue Gate and we were on top of that tower, and you shot those guys, and we were like, sick call out. When were you going to tell us you were going to start shooting at those guys? And then both teams ended up dying because nobody made it out. Yeah. Because we ran the clock out. I don't even
know why they stood back to try killing us, because they were like, because they killed us and they're like, haha, we got you. And it's like, well, you're not getting out either. Yeah. You didn't call it an extraction or anything like that. So why are you doing, haha, we killed you? Mm-hmm. You're not getting out, so you just lost all your crap.
It's true.
And they were super pressed on us for some reason. Yeah. And we were just passing by.
They probably had nothing. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I was in that situation, I got nothing to lose. I got a free kit to lose. I'm gonna take these guys out at least. Yeah. But no, I remember that.
I definitely.
I know everybody was mad.
Definitely forgot that we talk about it, but in the patch they also added where if you come in with a free kit, you now come in.
Oh, that's right.
At 15-20 minutes now.
Yep. I think that's a cool additive thing for like, hey, like if you're gonna come in late to game, like you're gonna get less loot. But at the
same time, people could be super grouped up.
Exactly. So I think on the flip side of it, I think it's kind of good because you're going to come across people that are either already dead or already super gooped up. So I feel like
less threatening too, because I feel like a lot of Arc would be destroyed by that time.
Yeah.
Like 15-20 minutes. So you might not even run into Arc.
You're literally just coming in to clean up. This is what you're doing. So I think that's kind of cool that they added that feature.
With some events where you need to come in at the 30 minutes, it definitely puts somewhat of a negative coming in with a free kit. And but I do like the change that if you do come with the full kit, they will put you in most of the time they will put you in a fresh new lobby, which is good, because I hate coming in fully stacked and all stuff and it's only 15 minutes left, and it's like we just came in here juiced for nothing. Yeah. Because now we're not going to get anything, or everyone's already extracted by this point. And so I definitely like that little fix that we forgot to talk about in the patch that they fixed. Where
I think that's kind of a cool thing.
Free kits come in at 15-20 minutes, and then if you come full kit it, half the time you will get a full brand new lobby.
And you know what? It's funny to say, I'm not really afraid to go to Stella anymore. Even when we go in with the free kit, I feel like we've played enough to know what it takes to take a team out in that lobby scenario. I mean, just like and then just kind of come up with whatever they got.
I think my last instance for like our weekend Arc Raiders was a pretty, which we forgot to talk about, was like when they were there was those raiders that were doing the assessors, and we just kind of let the Arc all attack them, and we were just pinging them for a little bit of damage, and there's boom, 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 like kept on getting shot up those flares.
That's right, I remember.
And we didn't make it out because I think there was still another team, so they were able to revive most of their guys. We didn't get out, but it was kind of fun seeing that, because we were just like, I was like, oh, this strategy works perfectly. Let them go, and then we just ping them for a little bit of damage. The Arc are going to be all over them, and then start killing them, especially if we start throwing like lures in there, and like the snitch things in there. So that was a fun little one, because we were just like seeing flare after flare come off, because we were just like pinging them for a little bit of damage. A wasp would fill in. Oh, because we did it right when the wasp would shoot at them, we would shoot at them directly, and then they would just die instantly because the wasp already did so much damage to them.
No, I think that was a funny instance too.
That was a fun, and that was on Damn Battlegrounds. So
Yeah.
That's definitely a lot of fun instances. Definitely feels a lot more challenging, especially if you're going to close scrutiny. And yeah, but nothing too like game changing. Just little things here.
I would say we had a lot more fun with this new event that's come out. I think it was in that same instance in that same game where when we were in the middle of swamp and the biodomes and we heard the extraction door sound, and then we were like, who hit it? And it's that down guy that got away.
Oh,
and then you and I both lined up sniper shots and we took him out.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he's pissed right now. Like,
and then Rudy was already at the extraction. I think the guy got pissed off at him because Rudy just lit him up as he was trying to extract.
He's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, but it was kind of funny because there was just that one guy, but there was a whole team in that area.
Yeah.
And Rudy said they went into the water.
You found one of them on the side, but we didn't find the third one.
Yeah, but it was like there was a whole team there, and then they just disappeared, and it was just the one guy that was trying to extract, and we are just like, where the hell did everyone go?
I think he had that looting MK3, so that's how he was able to make it over there.
Yeah, but that was a very interesting one. But that was a fun instance too, because we were just taking team after. I think in those scenarios back to back, we were just taking teams out.
We took at least 1 to 2 teams before we either died or extract every game, which was pretty cool. So I think we're getting a lot better against other people, in my opinion.
Especially for communicating and everything. So.
Yeah, we're getting better at that. Not every game, but I would say like 80% of the time we're on top of things, and then like every now and then we. It definitely
feels like there's a thing to grind again, sort of, because you want the new 3 new blueprints.
Yeah, I mean I've got 2 of them. I just need the one more, the Labra.
You already have the cancel one too?
Yeah, remember I told you Rudy gave it to me because I gave him the Tempest blueprint. Yeah. He was just like, "Here, like I owe you."
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember. Yeah, but there's definitely feels like a couple things. There's some new quests that we haven't really touched because I know they're going to probably be short, so we don't want to try to finish them too quickly because then we'll have nothing to do again.
Well, we did do all the quests. Remember? Now we're just waiting for the next.
We didn't do all the quests already for the new update. Mm-hmm. We did.
I don't have any more quests.
They were just short then.
Yeah, they were. It was a very short.
I feel like definitely. With these updates, the updates are nice. I feel like they definitely need to add like a little bit more quests.
Lengthy quests, yeah.
Lengthy quests. Even though they kind of feel like very tedious, I still like to do them because it gives me something to go into, like with that mentality. Like, I'm going to try doing this quest. I like the ones where it says, do in 1 round, do this.
I do like those ones, yeah.
Those are fun.
I like those ones and then ones that take you across the map.
Because it gives you a challenge to like, if you don't get it the first time, you're going to have to redo it all over again. So I definitely feel like we need more quests when we get updates, but
I do like it when they make a quest like you're going to go to this map to grab this, and then you're going to go to this map to grab that, and then from there you're going to
you go to the different maps,
and then you're going to return all those things that I asked. I feel like stuff like that kind of makes you go to every map versus just playing the same one over and over again.
But I guess the last thing to take away from that is definitely Damn Battlegrounds in the new special area is definitely a place to go for like rubber and metal. That's like crazy because I think we went a couple times. So I was like, oh snap, there's a lot of metal and rubber parts, and that's what we always need. So that's like our strat now. If we need resources now, we're just gonna go to that map and go to that area because no one goes in there really, except for a couple teams here and there. But yeah, that's pretty much like our takeaway from like Arc Raiders. A lot of stuff. Definitely gonna have a lot more stuff coming into the April. Still grinding for some stuff, and then of course when the new map comes out, we're definitely gonna be talking about it, and it's gonna be a brand new experience, especially if I've seen the concept art and that's the map that it's gonna be that we're gonna get in April. That map looks like it's gonna be the most beautiful map because I already like all the maps. It's probably like the most beautiful looking one. I feel like this new map might top Blue Gate.
Oh, dude, 100%.
As far as visually, and then we're getting a big arc. Apparently in this new update, possibly. So
it's gonna be sick.
More to come for Arc Raiders. So
which means new arc, new guns.
Yep. Aww. So definitely a lot to look forward to for Arc, and this is why we always like talking about it. I hope ones that have been watching our videos have been enjoying the Arc Raiders continuous content. We've missed a couple times that we didn't talk about it, but
we've had a few streams where I've been streaming it while we played. So like if you want to see some of the funny stuff that's happened to us, go to our channel, and it should be the most recent like 5 videos, like
on the
least
live
2 to 3.
It's in the live tab. So if you want to look back at those just to see what we're talking about and actually see it for yourself, go ahead in that one. I think it's like a 3-hour live stream that we got for last week. We didn't stream too much this week, so we need to get back on that. I'm just trying to figure out what to play next.
Yeah, I know I got Dead Space, so I need to jump back on that.
Probably end up doing Layers of Fear on the stream probably because I have 1 and 2, and then all the DLCs, so a lot of Layers of Fear content. Possibly we'll end up playing that, but we'll see. I've been trying to play Marathon on the stream, but My internet sucks, so I can't even play Marathon. I could play Marathon like by my without streaming, but once I stream, the internet just does not want it.
You need to talk to Daddy Elon.
I know. I need that Starlink, bro. Apparently, his family has it, and they say that they all are on it, and it doesn't mess up.
And you know my brother's game heavy like I do, so like all three of them are playing at once basically, and they've had no lag. And then like obviously my parents are streaming and watching their shows and stuff, so it's like I haven't heard any complaints on their end because I don't know what the kind of the data breakdown is on like how much.
I think I saw like the base model one, which is like 400 megabits per second. It's like 120.
Yeah, I think they got the bigger one.
I think they did.
I would have to assume just because of the amount of devices we have at home.
Because 400 megabytes.
That ain't shit.
Especially if you have all your family constantly on the internet. That's not going to be able to. That's going to lag a lot, or not a lot, but there's definitely a season lag.
We're talking 2 major PCs, a PlayStation 5, and then so it's 3 to 4 different streaming devices.
It's probably definitely the tier above it.
Oh yeah,
that thing. We're not sponsored or any or partnered with Starlink at any point. We're just saying that.
But if you'd like to sponsor us, Elon, please talk to us.
I know, please talk to us. We love everything that you do. But we're just talking about it because that's something that we've both been talking about that we might want to get at some point.
Put the Neuralink in.
Especially if we've seen it firsthand that his family doesn't lag. I kind of want to do that, especially if we're going to start trying to stream some more stuff. So, hey.
Yeah, I mean the fact that it's self-adjusting too is pretty awesome for like better connection.
So that's our creators and our little side talk. We're going to be diving into some like a little bit of like Marvel stuff, I guess.
Yeah, the MCU. Phase 1 to be specific.
Phase 1, because we're going to try to make this a continuous segment. So we're just going to talk about like Phase 1, how we feel like the movies are, which ones are our favorite ones, and just how we feel like the direction was in Phase 1, and then of course as we go on we'll probably do like Phase 2, Phase 3. We have 6-7 phases now,
something like that. I'm not a fan of the newer ones, but yes.
But if we get to talking about all these phases, you're gonna have to probably end up watching those projects. I'll watch the projects too.
No, I know.
Just so we could talk about phase.
I don't mind doing
whatever phase that they're at now.
You need to finish watching WandaVision and Loki. That's what you need.
No, I finished watching.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I remember for the longest time you said.
I didn't finish Loki season 2 though.
That's where you need to start finishing because that plays a huge role in the new like Doomsday that's coming out. Yeah. It's epic.
But yeah, I guess going back to a throwback. How do we feel with the state of when MCU originally came out with Phase 1? Like, there was only like 6 movies attached to it. Yeah, it was
Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and then right after that was The Avengers.
Okay, so 7. No, 6.
No, that's 6.
We're about 6. Okay.
I would say, so Iron Man came out in 2008.
Yeah. Damn.
That was freshman year for us.
Yeah.
Freshman year for us.
Wow. Did we? No, we didn't go see it with
we didn't. I saw it with my pops.
Yeah.
So
with my family too.
I remember watching it and thinking like, dude, this is badass. Like, I think they got a really good actor for this character. And I don't think anybody knew what it was going to turn into after that. Yeah. I mean, like, I didn't even know there was going to be such thing as a Marvel.
I kind of
like, a phase or anything like that. I didn't know we were building up to like Avengers level stuff. So
because we're still coming off of those like those Marvel projects that were just kind of like already ended, like Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3, and then X-Men, and all those movies. Like, we just had movies that weren't connected,
kind of random.
Like they were just their own thing. So then when we saw the Iron Man, we were like, oh, it's probably just gonna be like another like Marvel movie that just has like 3 movies or whatever. It's not gonna lead up to anything. And then sure enough, that's when post credits became a thing. And that was game changing because every single movie that had like an expanded universe or whatever would have a post credit or like whatever it was. And honestly, I remember watching. I didn't watch it a lot, but like remember watching like the animated series a little bit. So I kind of knew what Tony Stark looked a little bit. So when I saw RDJ that they got for him, I was like, that looks just like what I like know from the animated series. Like that looks just like I can't say like 100%, but like it looked pretty close to the way I was used to seeing him in the animated versions of Iron Man.
And you know what's funny? He was not a first pick for that character.
Oh wow.
He was maybe like a 3rd or 4th option. I don't remember who it was they really wanted to get at it, but I think when they were running the lines in the test screening of him, that like his personality was what shined through that character. Like he is that kind of person already. So like for him, it's basically playing himself, if you will.
And he's a very different RDJ than a very different RDJ at that time. Like he was still coming out of a lot of
he
stuff.
Was coming out of jail, rehab. Yeah, dude, he was bad.
Like he was like that was. I think that movie kind of like helped him with his rehabilitation, rehab, pretty much.
It's funny, he didn't even get paid a whole lot for that movie. His co-star, I forget what his name was, but the guy who played originally as Rhodey, he got paid way more to be in that movie than Robert Downey Jr.
Was it Cuban Gooding?
No, it's not. I always forget his name.
I forget. Yes. Yeah, I forget his name, but that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. But
but the success of that movie that led into like Iron Man 2, they were going to pay Robert Downey Jr. way more in his contract versus the other guy. So that's how we got the other Rhodes instead, which I was okay with. I like him better.
Yeah, I definitely do like Don Cheadle more than the original
Don Cheadle's gangster.
I don't know. He just fits into that, and like the character, I like his. I guess I like more of his like. Yeah. Personality, I guess, the Rhodes that we got in Iron Man 1, but I think Don Cheadle kind of just owns both in both perspectives, like the personality, and then when he's in War Machine, it kind of he just matches that energy.
He's perfect.
So I thought he was pretty much a good step up. But yeah, going into Iron Man 1, I don't know what to expect because honestly,
it was cool though.
But it was cool seeing all of it, like the throwback music that they had. They had like AC/DC,
Iron Man.
Yeah. And yeah, just like the beginning scene when he's like they're driving and he's like chilling with the soldiers and everything.
Yeah, that was kind of
that big old explosion happens. Yeah. I was like, oh whoa, we're popping off right away, aren't we?
Takes a rocket to the chest. Yeah, that was badass.
That was definitely cool, and honestly loved seeing it because I was like, ooh, I'm only used to seeing the animated versions, and now we're getting a live action one.
And I remember that post credit scene, the very first one in that whole phase. That's Nick Fury's in his house. He walks into it's like super dark. Jarvis is shut off, and then he's just like he's talking about like I'm building a team, a team of people, and then he's like, what kind of team? And then
like, have you ever heard of the Avengers or something like that?
Yeah,
he says something like that, and then it cuts off. I remember that. I was like, oh snap, okay, I guess we're gonna get more movies that connect each other.
And then right after that, we had the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
But going back to like Iron Man, because I was like saying like some of my favorite scenes, like my favorites. I don't know. I feel like that whole movie is just R farming for him.
It is pretty much.
And I think of like when the. What's up? It's your boy, Izzy, from future SGI. Unfortunately, we came into a scenario where my phone wasn't fully charged, so we were still able to get all the audio, but we did miss the rest of the footage for like the video. So pretty much from this point on, you're just going to be seeing the audio, but I figured why not add a little gravitas to the last part of the podcast, and since we're talking about Marvel, might as well put on some Marvel Rivals. So pretty much from this point on, you're going to be watching some Marvel Rivals gameplay and the rest of the podcast. So stay silent, stay lethal, and I hope you enjoy.
Yeah.
In a cave with a box of scraps. Yep. But yeah, seeing him too was very interesting to like seeing the character Obadiah or whatever, because what's his name? Because he's in Tron. Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah. Damn it. I know
Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
It was cool seeing Jeff Bridges because I already knew him. I was like, oh, cool. We got Jeff Bridges in here.
He doesn't normally play a bad guy ever.
Yeah.
And in this instance, I was like, that kind of suits him.
Yeah. It kind of does. It kind of like, it was pretty good. And I just enjoyed the crap out of that movie. And I think it's probably like one of my favorite ones. But as we go into this, I think literally right after that, was it Iron Man 2? Or no, I think it was Iron Man 2 first.
No, it was actually The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, wow.
Because the sequence of events is 2008, it's Iron Man. 2008, later that year, is Incredible Hulk. 2010 is Iron Man 2.
Okay.
2011 was Thor. And then end of the year, 2011, that was Captain America, First Avenger. And then 2012 was the Avengers movie.
Okay, cool.
So, right. I mean, 4 years, 6 movies.
But going into, like, Incredible Hulk, going off of Iron Man was definitely cool. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, even though we only got one movie, I definitely feel like I like that Incredible Hulk more
versus
than the one that we have now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Even the Hulk prior to Edward Norton's Hulk, I like that Hulk too.
Oh yeah, I forget his name.
Yeah.
Christian. Yeah. Something Christian Slater. I don't think it was Christian Slater. Some name Christian, but I remember liking that one. That was very. I think that one was very more dark and gritty than like going into the Incredible Hulk. But I think Edward Norton did a pretty good job in there. Yeah. I didn't really know too much of his background going into it, but I know a lot of people were very excited to see it because they're like, oh, Edward Norton's going to be Incredible Hulk.
He was perfect for that role, in my opinion. Scrawny dude, then turns into the Hulk. The story for that movie was okay.
Yeah, it was kind of simple
for a Hulk movie. Like it's perfect.
But my favorite scene though is when when the bad guy that's in that movie is like standing up at the Hulk. He's like, "What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do?" Boom. And then Hulk just kicks him right into the tree, and you just see, and you actually get to see the whole thing. Yeah. And then him landing on the tree. I was like, "Oh, we actually got to see the whole like
abomination.
That whole scenario happen." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty brutal."
He hit that tree hard, dude.
Yeah, and then also too like him when like they're shooting at him, and then Hulk gets like rips off the doors and then uses them as shields.
Oh yeah.
And then he's like guarding himself as he's pushing his way through.
Mm-hmm. I do like it when he grabs that card and he rips it in half and he uses it as boxing gloves. I was like, that's badass. They actually pulled that from the Hulk video game, from what I remember, and I was like, that's sick.
And then he uses those doors and he uses them to like throw them like as like ninja stars or whatever.
Yeah. He cuts those sound amplifiers in half.
That movie was so good. Honestly, I really wish we could have kept that energy for Incredible Hulk.
The only reason why we didn't get an Edward Norton Hulk in the rest of the MCU is because he got greedy. He wanted more money. Which is the same thing that happened to the original guy that played Rhodes in the first Iron Man. He wanted more money.
Yeah. And Don Cheadle's like, I'll do it for this much.
Yeah. I mean, had they both been patient, they would have been part. I think there's been an interview on both of them, and they both said like they regret not being part of the universe. And it's like, well, look at the millions of dollars everybody's getting paid, and then you missed out on that. That's your fault for being greedy.
Yeah. But, going into Incredible Hulk, man, and then getting to the Hulk that we got now.
Yeah, it's not the same.
I don't really like it.
They really downgraded Hulk, in my opinion. And any true Marvel fan knows that, like, the Hulk is unstoppable. Like, I'm talking about, like, rage beyond control. And I feel like this Hulk we have is very tamed.
I want a World War Hulk.
Yes. I doubt.
But, I feel like we got such a downgrade with it. I still liked the newer Hulk, but more as, like, when he's, like, the scientist version of him. Like, I like his Bruce Banner when he's, like, a human, but when he's, like, Hulk, he's more he's more of a side character, honestly. He's become, because the movies have made him the side character. Because I'm pretty sure they could have done a movie with him, but for some reason they decided, let's just make him a side character. Yeah, and he's very much become like that side character that you barely see any, or you see a good amount, but he's not getting his own movie anytime soon. No, definitely not. And it's funny because like even in like the Infinity War movies, like that first fight scene with Thanos and him, like. He beats the shit out of him. Like he beats the dog crap Hulk
out of him.
doesn't know to do like.
And I was just like, dude, in the comics,
super weak.
In the comics, the Hulk can stand his ground even with the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah. And I'm like, and he battled him without the Gauntlet. So I'm just like,
well, we'll get more into that as we get into those phases. This is just us talking about phase 1. But we'll eventually get into that because then I feel like if we were to talk about all the phases in one, we'd be here for like 3 hours, maybe even more.
I hope you have time. About it. Pull up your seats and popcorn, please.
I know, right? So let's just get back into like But I definitely feel like it's super downgraded to where we are to what we got in Hulk there. And honestly, I really like that movie, and it was so good, especially you got Abomination.
I really wish we would have kept that cast of people. I mean, I know we have the Abomination in the She-Hulk series, She-Hulk but I didn't even watch that because I thought it was garbage. So I know now I'm gonna have to watch those shows now, but like I'm not excited.
You don't have to watch them anytime soon, but
eventually. But still,
eventually you're gonna have to watch them.
If they serve a purpose, I will watch them. If not, then I'm not gonna.
But definitely, Incredible Hulk is great, and then next one after that was
Iron Man 2. Loved it. We already have like the refreshing of like Iron Man coming back. I kind of like the idea of how the suit was poisoning him and he was becoming like semi-weaker, but it's not even weaker as a person, but like the suit is still strong. So it's like every time he uses it, it's killing him.
No, I think because also too the lead was the
palladium.
The old arc reactor that he had was getting weaker, so then the lead was actually poisoning him more.
It's palladium. The palladium inside of him was killing him, basically.
Yeah, that's why. But like that was killing him, so then he had to make a newer one to be able to better serve his health or whatever.
Which his dad helped him with because he left him all the notes and stuff. Yeah. And he created a new element out of it.
And that's when we first get introduced to him aura farming with the suit coming in on him. Oh, that's my favorite part.
Suitcase.
When the suitcase drops it and then like
I love that.
Transforms into Iron Man right there.
That iteration of color of Iron Man suit was so sick too. The silver and red look. I was like, not a lot of people know it, but that color scheme was kind of like one of the first color picks for Iron Man in the comic series. Like when he was first out, he had a couple iterations. Like in the very first movie, like when he makes it, it's that gold color.
That's when he's testing each the suit or whatever until he gets the one that he likes.
Well, I know he does it. Well, first, like when Jarvis is giving him like the options, it gives him an all gold color. That was like one of his original colors for just the Iron Man suit. And then the one after where it's the silver one, that's the one he uses as test flight one. Yeah. That's another color in the comics that was picked for a while until then it was the red silver, and then we became the one that we all know and love, which is the gold red look. Yeah. So there's so many,
But yeah, honestly, going to 2, I kind of wish they did a little bit more with like Whiplash, because I feel like they have him introduce them, and then they have the final fight. Like, I don't know, I feel like that movie ends really quick.
It does,
even though it's like a 2 hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hour movie. Yeah, it feels super short.
It comes and goes really fast.
And for me, as much as 2 was cool, you definitely got to see a lot of cool stuff, and especially the very at the end when War Machine comes and helps Iron Man.
Oh, that's right, War Machine makes an appearance. Yeah, that's right, I forgot.
They fight those robots that Whiplash ended up.
The hammer drones.
Yeah, my favorite part though was when he's in the court and it's like the hammer whatever is trying to like sue him or something like that to be able to like hand over his
he's
suit.
the defense attorney for them or something
he wants to take the suit because he's like, that would help us out in the military. He's like, hey, this is not meant. And you could definitely see, what I like about all the Iron Man movies though, you could definitely see the growth from like the first one to the second one, because the first one he was very much still kind of irresponsible, like he was still trying to like get out of that routine of the playboy lifestyle and everything, and then he gets into 2 and he's like or in also 2 he gets that wake up call in the beginning, because then he finds out the weapons that took out the team was his own tech, and then that's when he gets a realization like, oh snap, like I like the stuff's great and it's gonna help out and stuff, but like when it's used against you, it changes your perspective a lot.
And it's funny
stuff like when that happens.
We'll get into it later on, like when we do another phase, but like they use that same instance where like his own weapons are used for bad and they turn it against him. I think it was Ultron, and I was just like, damn, like it's kind of your fault. But it's not. It is your fault and it's not your fault, because like, yes, you manufacture the weapons, but obviously you didn't have control over where they got shipped.
Going into 2, I definitely like the lawyer part, the section right there. It's like, you can't have my suit. Like he goes off on them and everything,
and he starts bringing up the
lawyer, and then he's like, screw you, like Tony Stark, like screw you, whatever.
Like, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah. And he just leaves. And
my favorite scene in that movie is when they're in the courtyard and War Machine and Iron Man just straight demolish a bunch of hammer drones that come in.
Oh yeah, they're back to back.
Yeah,
it gave me that feel. If you remember that game, Army of 2.
Yo,
that's what that. Oh, they need to make a remake of that. We're not gonna go into that, but like they need to make a remake of that.
I forget
game.
what
that
their names are. I know one of them's name is Rios. That's the small skinny dude, but I forget what the big dude's name is.
That game was so fun,
dude. Yeah,
I could play that game forever.
Yeah, aggro. That was my favorite. The aggro feature.
Yeah. But definitely that game was fun. But back onto like
that's Iron my Man. Favorite scene though from Iron Man 2 is when they go back to back. They're just demolishing stuff. He's got the Gatling gun on his shoulder, War Machine, and then like when Tony tells him to get down, and then he does like the rotation of the lasers, and he just knocks everybody out. And I was like, damn, that was sick. And he's like, why don't you start with that? And he's like, that's a one-time use, buddy. One-time use, buddy. And then when Whiplash shows up and he shoots the bunker buster at him, he's just like, hammer tech.
Yeah. Whiplash was definitely cool. I just feel like they could have utilized him a lot more, especially like his suit was kind of cool, I guess. Not too crazy, but
it was just a beefed up Iron Man suit, really.
But it was cool.
That's one thing I don't like about the MCU is that they kill off too many people. I like the idea of them capturing them, holding them, and then later on they get broken out for some big fight.
They get a Mino upgrade or something like that. That would be cool, actually.
Dude, that's the way I wish they would do it for all these MCU villains, because it's like, dude, we're killing off good people here. Like
good villains.
Yeah, I mean, like the first one we killed off Obadiah's Iron Man. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot he uses an Iron Man suit in the first one.
We killed that off, and I'm like, why? Like that's such a good character.
That would have been cool.
And then obviously we kill off Whiplash.
Because honestly, I feel like Iron Man can kind of get away with bringing back villains because there's so much like tech involved and stuff. So it's like they could have like their basic suit, and then they get captured, or whatever. They break out, and then you could add a new makeover and get a brand new souped up suit.
I could see Whiplash coming back, but it being Hammer Tech, like the guy who plays Justin Hammer. I could see him coming back as a Whiplash, but I mean, who knows? Since we have this new movie coming out, like anybody can pretty much come from any universe at this point in time. So don't be surprised if we see stuff like that come into play.
Yeah, but definitely, I don't know. But going from 1 to 2, I don't know. I still think I like 1 more. I think 2 is definitely like fun, But I know I still like one.
One is just so grounded because it is the very start.
Yeah.
If that movie is not good, we don't get the rest of what we got. So if that movie tanked, we would not have gotten the universe that we got today. So the first one is so important, like on any level of like, MCU. Just like because if he did a shitty performance, it didn't do good in the theaters, we would not have gotten where we are today without it. So I think the first Phase 6 did a phenomenal job of kind of cementing characters that like you're gonna fall in love with, you're gonna appreciate, because without those characters, like we wouldn't have had like the Avengers, like which was great.
And then also too, I forget that Black Widow's like.
That's right. She was in the second one.
Was she in the first one too?
No,
she's in the first one.
She's not in the first one. She's in the second one because that's when she's Tony's new assistant. And she starts working close with Pepper Potts.
Oh, yeah.
And then she ends up breaking into where they
I seriously thought that was one.
They break into Hammer Industries to take out Whiplash, but he's already gone with the... Yeah, so that's when we first get introduced to her. And then...
I kind of wish that she got her own movie. So, because she's like part of the Avengers. Well, in that phase, I wish she got her own movie.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because they technically did get a Black Widow movie, but that was like till later.
Yeah, and it was okay.
It was okay. I enjoyed it, but I definitely feel like we could have gotten a Black Widow movie during this phase because we only got 6 movies. I feel like a 7th one would have been cool, just getting a... But I feel like they do a very good job. I feel like they did a good job with like she didn't have her own movie, but they still made her a very important part to like the whole universe as a whole.
Well, it's the same thing with Hawkeye. I mean, like...
Yeah.
They're just, but the problem is because they're just people.
Yeah.
They don't have any powers or anything like that, so it's just like...
Yeah, but Black Widow has like a whole background story where she came from and everything.
So does Nick Fury, but we don't know much about Nick Fury.
We still don't know much about Nick Fury.
If you've read the comics, you know what he's about. Like he's probably as hardcore as it comes as far as like who he was before he was like...
I think we still don't get like a whole perspective of who he is in the MCU. Honestly, it's still kind of very much somewhat of a mystery.
I think, but that's part of the character who he is. He's a very mysterious person, so he's like, he's got all the answers and the solutions to everything, but it's because of like his background and what he's been through that we know and love and appreciate who he is. The fact that Samuel L. Jackson plays as Nick Fury and not like, in the comics he's a white dude, so like I think Samuel L. Jackson kind of owns that role. Like I think it's perfect. I couldn't have pictured anybody better to play that role than Sam Jackson.
But going back to the Hulk, I forget we got another post credit, and that's when we saw
Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. Yeah,
because he's like, "Oh,
heard you got a problem
with the Hulk or something like that."
He's like, "You always wear such nice suits."
Yeah, I told that was a fun post credit because you're like, "Oh, they connect. Well, and it's kind of crazy seeing the transition to like the Hulk because you already had this movie connected to the universe through that post credit, and then you get a completely different Hulk after that.
I know, yeah. Which was, I do like how they kind of picked up right where the Hulk sort of left off in the last one, where he's just kind of like he's on the run still. So like where they picked up with him in the Avengers, I think was perfect. On the run, but we'll get to that one afterwards. The next movie after Iron Man 2 was Thor.
Now, not much to say about Thor. Like I barely remember that movie.
I loved that movie. It's the first iteration of any.
It was fun though, from what I remember.
Yeah, it's the first iteration of any character outside of like the Earth universe. So like. There really wasn't much to compare to. So I do love how we spent a lot of time on Asgard and the different planets or the different realms that they're a part of. I mean, like going into like Norse mythology, we're talking about all the different realms that they can go to.
Yeah.
So I think they covered that really well in there.
But you don't get to see too much of Asgard in this one.
Yeah, you do.
Doesn't he? Because he comes down. He comes down to Earth after.
There's still a lot of scenes that are in that movie in Asgard.
Oh wow! I seriously.
You gotta rewatch it. It's such a good movie.
I don't know. For me, if I remember right from when I watched the movie, I don't know. It felt like it was a little bit more slower for me in that one, regards to like the other movies that came out before it.
Okay.
Not a bad movie. It's just I feel like it was a little slower for me when I originally saw that movie. So I barely remember. Stuff in there. You gotta remember, it's the buildup of a character who we would become to love at some point.
Because the Thor we first get in that movie, he's a very arrogant man. He's just like, I'm the son of Odin. Like I can kind of do whatever I want. I'm the strongest. I have my hammer. So like when he gets banished to Earth.
Oh yeah, that's why he gets sent back, because he gets banished.
He takes his powers away because he's not fit for. Because remember, he starts a war with the
Okay.
What is Loki again? He starts a war with the Frost Giants because he goes to their realm and he tries to kill Lo-Fi or
I don't know.
Whatever
those people.
Yeah, the Frost Giants. He goes there to start a war with them, and he ends up almost getting killed. But then his dad comes to save him by getting shot into the realm.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't speak." And he's just like, "Your boy started this." And he's just like, "If it's a war you want, it's a war you'll get them."
Mm-hmm.
And then
okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for refreshing my mind, because I literally don't remember anything about that movie.
Oh yeah. So right after that happens, that's when he banishes him to Earth, because he's just like, "You're not worthy to like wield this hammer because you're immature." So he gets banished, and then he ends up well, just before as he's getting banished, he says like, "Whosoever holds this hammer, if you're worthy, you will be granted the powers of Thor." And then he throws it. It falls to Earth.
But it doesn't fall next to Thor.
No, they're separated.
Separated areas.
But when he's there and somebody kind of catches wind of it, like, "Hey, like something fell from the sky and it's like a hammer," and then he's just like, "It's mine. I'm gonna go grab it." And now, if you remember,
wasn't that we got a post credit?
We did
with the hammer dropping down or something like that in 2, wasn't it? Iron Man 2.
No.
When did we get that post credit then?
There's no post credit for the hammer because he picks it up in that same movie. I actually don't remember.
No, there is a post credit. I think there's a post credit. I forget. Remember, it's like there. I think he go. I forget what. It had to be in Iron Man 2 or something like that. And they're at the facility where they're like, "Oh, we found something fall from wherever it came from."
Maybe it was, because I don't remember that post credit.
I feel like I think that was a post credit. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was a post credit. And then that leads into Thor, because then that's what continues off of where that post credit got left off on.
After that, I mean, like, then
feel free to let me know in the comments if I was completely wrong on that. By the way,
check me. But yeah, and then he obtains his hammer back, and then like he obviously goes back to home, and then obviously his brother's double crossing him because his dad is I forget, he's in the Odin sleep or whatever. So like he tries to get him assassinated or something like that. And I remember he makes a deal with the Ice King, or whatever, not Ice King, with the Frost Giants, and instead of him going through with that deal, as soon as the Frost Giants are there, he stops them and kills them to make it seem like he's the hero. But then when Thor gets back there, he's just like, he's the one that put all this in motion. Like, he set us up. He set me up and you up. And then that's when we lose Loki, and he falls into the void.
Okay.
And then I don't remember the post-credit scene in Thor, to be honest, though.
No, I don't think they introduced... No, that wasn't until the second one when they start introducing the stones.
Oh, you know what? There was that one scene. Is it? No, it's not that one. No,
I think there was a post-credit in Thor. I just don't remember what it was.
I'm going to look it up right now, because now that's going to bug me.
I know, right?
But...
Was there a post-credit in Iron Man 2, too? If you are looking, check to see if there was a post-credit for 2 as well. Sorry, we're going to take a brief brief breather as we figure out this stuff. Because I'm pretty sure there was a post-credit in Iron Man 2.
Oh, yeah. Massive crater. Yeah, okay. You were right about that one. So that one's correct.
Woo, point for me.
Hammer in the... okay, so that's what does leave in post-credit Thor.
Point Izzy.
Point. And then Nick Fury. Oh, that's right. Okay. So the post-credit scene for Thor is that he brings on that doctor, the one that was with him. Nick Fury goes to him and he says, "Hey, I need your help studying this item." And he opens up the drawer and it's the Tesseract.
Oh.
And it's...
Wow, I don't remember that post-credit at all.
So, okay, now that makes sense now, because he shows in the Tesseract, and it's kind of like we don't know what that is yet, because right after Thor is Captain America,
which talks more about the Tesseract.
Yeah, it actually opens up with the Tesseract when they're in I think it's in Germany, and the Nazis are invading the church, and the old man is guarding it.
Okay. But now that leads us into Captain America, which was, I feel like I enjoyed that movie a little bit more coming off of Thor.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
But still, I don't think it matches up with the first 3 movies, like Iron Man, Hulk, and Iron Man 2.
I'm a big sucker for Captain America, so I thoroughly enjoyed the character development. I loved who played it. Chris Evans this is his redemption role. Don't forget, this is him after playing Johnny Storm in the Fantastic.
Yeah, that was fun to see. Actually,
I loved him as the Human Torch. He was perfect for the role.
I love that Fantastic Four movie.
Like, he is a self-absorbed person like that. Like. And he just fit the role.
It's kind of crazy to think that we where we're at now. Like, before that, after that Fantastic Four movie came out, we were like, when are we ever gonna get another Fantastic Four movie? Because we got 2 movies. Yeah. And then here we are now, so many years later, we finally get.
I'm going to tell you right now, don't be surprised if we see them in the Doomsday thing, because we're going to see multiple teams.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be interesting to see Captain Chris Evans as Captain America and the Human Torch. As Human Torch.
It's going to be awesome. But
off on a tangent, but like Deadpool, that's why I like Deadpool 3, because we get to see Chris Evans as Human Torch in that movie.
I like when he's like, he's going to say it. What the shit?
But we'll definitely get to talking about those later in the
story
episodes.
And the sequences in the Captain America first Avenger was great. Though all the fights, I just kind of love the idea of like they made him and they didn't really want to use him at first until he kind of proved his worth when he saves his friend Bucky, and then they become that ragtag team of like destroying all.
I think the only thing that takes away from like. Because I feel like we could have gotten a lot more scenes in it, but then they do like that quick like pan of all the different things that he's going through, and it just shows like the beginning and then the end result of it. Yeah. And they do like a montage of that, and I was like, oh, I would have loved to see like a full
mission of
that instead of it just being missions. You're seeing a brief couple of missions for a couple of like seconds and all that stuff to transition to the next like main scene. Yeah. Which I guess at the same time they probably saw that they weren't as important, so that's why they figured, why would we put these scenes in here if they're not really important to the story?
Yeah, because all those people end up dying anyways because of time. Yeah. So like I understand why they kind of.
But it would have been cool.
Of course.
Red Skull was fun to see.
Yeah, I love the guy who plays it. I think it's Hugo something.
Oh yeah,
he is badass. He's been in all kinds of good movies, but I think he played a really good Red Skull in that movie. And the fact that he's kind of a super soldier too, but like he's like on the other end where like it didn't work out for him. Kind of like he's ugly now.
Definitely a lot more action in this one.
Oh yeah,
which kind of serves for that time because it's like part of a war.
It's one of the only Marvel movies that shows a lot of deaths. Because like all the Hydra weapons, they're actually like disintegrating people. Like when they get hit with those weapons, like they just disappear, and I'm just like, damn. Like they just straight up showed people getting murked. I mean, like obviously not no bloody way or anything like that.
It was definitely a Marvel movie, but it still felt like your normal like your action movies time that were coming out, which is kind of fun to see.
I take that back. Actually, there is one instance in that movie where somebody gets pretty much annihilated. It's when that big old stealth bomber takes off, and then Captain America gets on one of those ships that's got a bomb on it, and then he rips off the canopy and he throws the guy out, and he gets pretty much chopped up by the propeller. And I was like, damn! Like they showed that, like that's crazy.
Definitely a little bit more grittier.
Oh, dude, yeah. For the time, it wasn't. Dude, yeah, it was badass.
Yeah, it wasn't like super over like gritty, but there were it had that grittiness every now and then during that movie.
And I do like in this movie how they don't really necessarily kill off the bad guy, but they just sort of teleport him somewhere. Yeah. And I knew like when it happened, I'm just like, because
that's gonna play into
I was just like, I'm like, oh, you could see the universes and stuff, so he got sucked up in it. So I was like, okay, cool. They didn't kill him, so like at some point he's gonna make some sort of return.
When we don't know,
right?
So we get to the later phases.
Yeah, we do know, but
I know we do know, but not in this this part of the phase. We don't know that.
And then like him crashing it, stuck as an ice cube. And then waking up,
his connection with what was her name?
Peggy.
Yeah, it was really nice to see because like she kind of cared about him before he was even a super soldier. Like he was just a scrawny little skinny dude, and she was like she really liked his personality. So like
I do like that love story.
Seeing that relationship with them was definitely a really cool thing to see with them.
I do like that love story. I'm like, oh, it's cool. Like and it's funny because
and then you feel bad for him too. Yeah, when he gets frozen,
he doesn't really get to have a life ever. But I do like how we kind of touch base with her character on multiple occasions, like and some of the other movies. Yeah. Even in the very last one, she got
her own show too. Yeah, Agent Carter.
Even in the very last Avengers movie, like when he we're not gonna get into that, but anyways. Yeah. So I think that movie, and I love the post-credit scene in that one because that's when
that was probably my favorite post-credit.
That's when he's in the boxing ring and he's just going ham on the bag and he just breaks it off the chain, and then Nick Fury comes in and he's just like, oh, like you want, like I hear you're looking for work. And he's just like, oh, I've been asleep long enough. He's like, I'm ready to get back out there, and then he hands him the files, and I'm like, yeah.
But I like the way it ends too, where he like finally wakes up, and then you're like, where the hell is he? Like, what's going on
in New York?
Then he wakes up in New York, and it's like all modernized, and now I was like, oh, he's in the regular Avengers now, because I think Nick Fury shows up with the vehicles, and he's like, hey, I have a task for you.
And they're in Times Square. Yeah,
I have something to talk to you about or whatever, and he's like, what? And then I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, just seeing that tie in, like, how that was so good.
Yeah,
because then that just sets up for pretty much our Avengers movie, which is what we get into, which is probably a really very simple, very basic like plot line for the first Avengers movie, but definitely fun, especially in the very beginning of the movie, because then you get to see them fight each other. You get to see Iron Man fight Thor.
Yeah, which was pretty awesome.
Like seeing them all not get along and kind of just hate on each other.
I do like that.
I love that dynamic in the beginning in like Avengers movie, which is fun to see.
Which is kind of important because it's just like, hey, this is a ragtag team of people who don't know each other,
all different,
have different abilities from different backgrounds,
different walks of life.
Yeah, no, that first iteration, I love it when they go to I think it's Vienna to go pick up Loki. And it's just Captain America and Black Widow. And then, like, Iron Man just shows up. And then, like, it's funny because Iron Man already knows about Steve Rogers because his dad used to talk about him all the time when he was younger. So he's just like, oh, you're exactly how my old man, explained to you to be.
And it's just definitely fun because in that same episode, isn't it? My favorite fun part is when he's fighting Thor, and then Thor's like, he shocks him, and then he's like stunned for a second, and then it's like fully charged.
Power at 300%.
Yeah, 300%. And then he's like, oh, that's new. And then he unleashes it back at Thor.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
yeah.
Iron
that
Man,
whole battle between them.
farming right here.
That battle between the two of them was so sick.
That was fun.
And then Captain America just kind of dives in. He just straight jumps out of the plane.
To stop them from running, because he's like literally the, what do you call it? The leader. So he's like telling them, like, hey, guys, let's calm down.
And he's just like, we're gonna put the hammer down, and then he just. But I love that though when he hits the shield and just knocks out all the trees, and I was like, that's so badass because that
just goes to show how strong his shield is too.
Exactly, but not only that too, but it totally reminded me of the one of the Avengers video games.
Okay.
Where like it's when you team up, and there is an instance where there's a super where like Thor and Captain America where he hits the shield and it echoes out like this.
Oh,
I forget.
Might have been Ultimate Alliance.
It is actually, yeah. That thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is Ultimate Alliance. It's the very first one.
I love Ultimate Alliance. I don't really like the newer ones because they did try. They did make a second. I think 2, 3.
They did 2 and 3.
They made
but they just
3 of them.
weren't the same.
They weren't the same as the first one.
No.
The first one was just so.
The
good.
roster for the first one was stacked.
Oh yeah.
And you could like.
And the costumes they were able to get in that one was phenomenal.
And the fact that you can kind of use other soups to alt off each other, like that one, for instance, like the whole. Because actually with Captain America, there was a lot
that might have been 2, actually. Because 2 had very much more like combos, like certain members would work with each other.
There was another instance where like if you were Captain America and somebody was Iron Man, like he would bounce his arc beam off of the shield and he would just pretty much get everybody. Which they do use in the Avengers movie, so which was sick. There's 2 instances where they use that against them.
Ultimate Alliance, man. That game was so
badass.
Good. That's when I first got introduced to...
It's so funny because that whole game is based around Doom taking over the universe too, which is perfect for like that kind of...
That's when I first got introduced to like one of my favorite suits from like Spider-Man, the Iron Spider.
Oh yeah.
That's when I first saw the suit and I was like, oh,
that's a sick suit.
I want that suit. Like that suit. You got to grind for it, but I remember getting it, working my butt off to get that skin or that costume, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I love this skin so much because I would always use Spider-Man in there. And yeah, well, that's just a little brief thing, but back on to like Avengers. Yeah, the movie was great to just see all of them like coming together and then like giving more Black Widow a little bit more screen time as well.
Yeah,
and then
first introduction of Hawkeye as well.
Yeah, and then Hulk as well, the newer Hulk.
I take that back. That's our second introduction of Hawkeye because he is in the first Thor movie. He's in the tower, and then he's like, "Do you want me to take him out, sir?" And he's just like, "No, let him grab the hammer." And he doesn't shoot him. He doesn't cross paths with Thor, but like. Oh, wow. After Thor goes in there, he beats the crap out of all the SHIELD agents that are guarding the hammer. He's sitting up in the crow's nest, and he's about ready to shoot him with the arrow. And I think he.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, and then he, I forget what's the agent that Coulson.
Oh, I love.
Yeah, he asked. He's like, Coulson. "Do you want me to take him out, Coulson?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Let me see what this guy can do." And it's like he can't pick up the hammer or anything. So I was like, "Oh, damn." But yeah, that's the second time we've seen him because. That movie starts off with Hawkeye coming down from like his nest, and he's just like, "Oh, like."
Wait, do we go into Avengers? Does that when Coulson dies?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. They killed him off that quickly, but I loved Coulson. His character was just so good.
Remember, Coulson came into play in Iron Man 2 because he's supposed to be babysitting Tony Stark.
Oh man, he was such a great character.
He really was.
Phenomenal actor.
I hate that they killed him off in the movies, but then they kept him in the shows, and I was just like, well, he's still alive. Like, why don't we use this guy?
And they kind of end him off like you kind of feel bad, but then it's kind of funny. And then he has like the gun. He's like, I don't even know what this does. And then he finally uses it. And then
that's
he's
what
like,
it does.
Oh, that's what it does, and he dies.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my boy Coulson.
But it's cool though. I like how the death of him, because everybody liked him and the team, like, was what sort of brought them together.
Yeah, definitely.
So I kind of understand like why they had to keep that under wraps. Like, he's not really dead.
And then of course my other favorite moment when Loki's like standing up to the Hulk, and then he's like, I'm a god. You all are beneath me. And then Hulk's just like, bah, 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 smashes him back and forth, and then just like, and then he walks away, and he's like, puny human.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I still liked that coming off from that Hulk. I still liked the Hulk when they introduced him in Avengers, but then I don't know.
After that, he was very weak. They just
slowly started degrading like his whole character. But I really liked the way they were going with him in that movie, especially because him and Bruce Banner and Tony Stark are like hitting it off super much because they're both like scientists.
The only other time I actually enjoyed seeing the Hulk besides the first Avengers is in Ultron when he gets. We'll cover that on a different day, but those are the only two instances where I enjoyed the Hulk because he really loses control.
And then, of course, you get the cool line. And it's just like, so how do you... here's how I deal with this. Like, I'm always angry. And then he, like, smashes the...
He's like, it's time to change.
And then he smashes the big old, like, creature or whatever with his one hand. Yeah. And that was, like, a cool line delivery. And, like, it was like, okay, you know what? Angry. I kind of like this Hulk. And then as we get into the phases, I slowly start, like, disliking him slowly.
Yeah. And it's not his fault. It's just the writer's fault. I mean,
the writers.
They had to make the Hulk more friendly, I guess, which I just don't think for for what that character is and what it's done in the comic books, like they totally missed the mark for that. I felt like every other character they nailed pretty well except for that one, which is kind of a bummer because he plays a huge role in like how the Avengers operate and some of the plans that they have. I mean, they literally send him to a different planet because they can't handle him.
Yeah.
But I will say though, in the first Avengers movie, when he's going ham on the ship and he almost picks up Thor's hammer, I was like, oh my god, like we're gonna get that? And then they totally ruined it.
But yeah, definitely that move was really great. Even though it's kind of like a basic, very not too crazy of a plot, but definitely something easy to follow and stuff. Because I guess at the same time, it's the first like team up movie, so you don't want to put too much stuff into it or too complex. You just want to be able to so I enjoyed it. It was great.
I will say for like a phase one though, for 5 year, like for 5 years, like all those movies were super great. Like they each played a huge role. Without that first phase of movies and those characters, like we wouldn't have like the rest of those movies either. Like it's just insane to me that like how we were able to get that, because before that there was no other franchise that sort of did that.
Like a universe,
no, it was usually either you get a 2 or 3 movie and that's it.
Trilogy.
But this one is kind of like a built off, like obviously like we know what the universe is and what it entails.
I feel like they really set the precedent for a lot of movies that aren't MCU to be part of like a universe or expand a universe or trying to make movies connect and stuff. And I feel like that was like what set it off. Or like, hey, we should make a connected universe. And I
think Stanley did a fantastic job of making that happen.
I love that they had him cameo in every
project. That's a legendary man right there. That was in every movie.
Legendary man.
And it's a bummer that he's not with us no more.
Yeah, rest in peace, Stanley.
R.I.P.
But you brought us all these things here, like stories and things to talk about that makes this podcast things be able to talk about like Marvel and everything. So like we owe it up to him to be able to talk about this stuff for generations.
Oh, dude, definitely. And his last cameo appearance was actually in Into the Spider-Verse when he's on the train, because I think he had passed away before that happened, but they had already recorded his lines for it. So that was his last appearance in any MCU movie. And if they do include him in any movies further, it's usually just like they glance over it and it's like, hey, it's Stan Lee, but like, he doesn't talk or anything.
And I just love Loki, getting introduced to more of Loki in that movie was definitely cool to see.
That's when we got our first.
He's very different.
And that's when we got our
now. And that's pretty much. It's kind of funny to think about it. This pretty much sets up the phase we're currently in is because of what happens in this one. We won't talk about it, but what happens in here affects what happens in the newer phases.
It was also the post-credit scene for that one was our first introduction to Thanos, because it's just at the end of it, he's like, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
But yeah, seeing all those characters come together, it's just like great, and it was cool seeing that, especially when they do like the pan and the circle, and it shows them all like side to side to each other, and it was just like at that time, I forget what year that was. What 2013?
2012.
or 2012.
Yep.
I was just like cool seeing that. We were like, oh,
Like,
they're all here. Like,
that was
they're
like
all
the
here.
biggest blockbuster summer movie ever.
Oh,
Dude, the hype for that movie was so real. And I do like
Did we
how
see any of Phase 1 together?
No. I saw
Not even Avengers?
I don't think so. I saw most maybe we did.
I want to say that we at least saw Avengers.
I think, you know what I think it was? We went in a group. It was you, me, and everybody else who we used to hang out with.
I'm pretty sure we did see at least Avengers. I don't think we saw any of the other phases together.
But I for sure I know we saw that one together in a group setting.
Yeah.
I saw that movie 3 times in theaters. I saw it with you guys, my dad once, and then I saw it by myself once.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was like, this is hype.
But yeah. It was definitely cool, and just like when you get through that Avengers movie, you're just like, oh, I can't wait to see what's next. Because then they set up. What did they set up at the end of Avengers? Because I know they have a post credit.
It's Thanos.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's when he goes into the vault and he grabs the gauntlet. And he's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
Ah, okay, that's.
But you know what? Too, the other thing though is that the original Thanos is not the Josh Brolin Thanos that we got. It was
really?
it was somebody completely different.
Wow.
Yeah, because we see Thanos 2 times in that movie. It's one where Loki is on the scepter and he's talking to him and he's like in his presence on the throne.
But you just see a silhouette of him. I don't think you see like him fully.
You see the side of his face.
Oh yeah.
And then at the end of it, that's when you see him go into his armory and he's like grabs the gauntlet. He's like, I'll do it myself. But it's not.
I don't think does he have the gauntlet? Because I know he's in a chair. I think like the Thanos that we know, like at that time, he's like rolling. It's like they say something.
And then
he turns his chair around and then it's like him and he's like just sitting on his chair and then he gets up. I think isn't that?
I'm gonna look now because now that's gonna bother me.
I know, right? Because I was like, I feel like that might have been the scene, or it could have been the one with the gauntlet. Because I feel like that might have been a later. No, that could have been. No, honestly, you could be correct.
Let me see.
It has to be Thanos sitting on his like throne or something like that.
You know what? Yeah, I think you're right on that one. Yeah, because the post-credit scene for the Avengers is when they're eating at that shawarma joint.
Oh, yeah.
And then right after that, that's when they have the Thanos when he turns around in his chair. No, so you were right on that one.
Okay.
That post-credit scene is actually the end of Guardians.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because that's when we're kind of introduced to like
the new team that we barely know anything about.
Not only that, but we talk about Gamora and then her
the
sister,
characters that we don't really know.
Daughters of Thanos. Yeah, so
because it's like a team that I don't think it's ever really was like.
It's funny because in the comic books they're not very popular.
Yeah.
And I think James Gunn kind of made them very relevant.
We'll definitely dive into that when we get into. I think that was Phase 2 when we got Guardians.
Yes, it was.
So that's definitely cool. You can definitely see a different direction going into second phase, and also too, you definitely see at the end of Avengers like Iron Man, like Tony Stark's character completely like shifts because he literally almost has a near-death experience where he thinks he's gonna get
when
trapped.
He takes the nuke up there. I thought that was one of the most badass things ever because I'm just like. It's funny because I remember Steve Rogers was giving him so much shit. Like he's like, "You're not the one to make the sacrifice play." He's like, "Yeah, you're right." He's like, "I'd rather just burn the bridge down and nobody gets across it." And I'm just
and then
like,
we get the line when they're not getting along. It's like under that suit, who are you? And then he's like,
billionaire playboy philanthropist.
Yeah, and then Bruce Banner's like. Yeah, it's kind of got him there.
So he got your ass.
But yeah, definitely seeing just them, how they don't get along at all in the first one, seeing all of them argue and all that stuff, and then you see them grow together as you get into the later phases is definitely cool. So from phase 1, you definitely see a shift in all these characters as you go into the other phases, which we will slowly eventually get to. Because, like, again, this is just 6 movies and we already had, like, so much to say. Yeah. So that's just phase 1. Maybe. Imagine we get into phase 2. There's a lot more stuff. Stuff that gets added to the thing. A lot more things to talk about. A lot more characters. So
maybe we should save that for next episode.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. Because now you got me hooked on wanting to talk more about it because I have so much. I feel like
that's what we're gonna do.
I have so much information.
If you kind of want to hear what we want to talk about, like going through all the phases, I feel like it's a perfect time to start talking about all the phases because I feel like. By the time that we get to like the phase that we're currently on, we might be super close to the Doomsday movie, which is great. And apparently, I heard that they're getting supposedly a trailer next month or next week.
That's gonna be
supposedly.
That's gonna be so sick.
And definitely, if that trailer does come out next week, you'll definitely hear our thoughts in the next podcast. So if you want to hear more Marvel stuff, especially going into phase 2, since we just talked about phase 1,
let us know in the comments.
Let us know and come back.
Tell us your favorite phase
well
movie.
Actually, since we talked about phase 1, tell us your favorite phase 1 movie. And I don't know, do you feel like the characters were done justice in going into these like live action movies for these characters you've never really seen in live action? And I know a lot of people at that time knew only the comics, so do you feel like they did the characters justice in the first phase? Let us know in the comments. And yeah, I feel like this will be an ongoing thing. So on top of Arc Raiders, you're going to get more phase talk. So we're going to go into phase 2, which I think even has more movies than
so much to cover in that one.
So much to cover in that. A lot of dynamics.
We might have to dedicate a whole episode just for that.
We can definitely do it, or we just do like Arc Raiders talk and then just dive right into like phase 2 stuff and talk about that. And yeah.
But yeah, interact with us a little bit. Tell us what you guys want. Obviously, like, we're going to talk about what we like, but we also want to hear what you guys want us to talk about. Hey, maybe there's a topic you're interested in hearing about and seeing how we feel about it. Or, you know, even just commenting, like, on our streams. Yeah. Shooting us. I think we have, like a board on our YouTube channel. Where
there's a community thing. I haven't put too much stuff on there. But I definitely feel like if I start seeing more comments and more... Because we have like which is a cool little milestone. We're at like 20 subscribers right now on YouTube, which is kind of cool. Yeah. We just got the 20, I think, like yesterday, the day before. Which is kind of cool.
And 20. Then our Instagram is kind of blowing up.
41.
Which is kind of cool. And it's fun. It's a lot of like mutual friends and stuff, people who like we've known that are just kind of starting to follow us, which I think is cool. I mean, like, I think it's awesome when friends support other friends' like hobbies or dreams and things like that. So
and we kind of just post like clips and stuff. Mostly been posting like clips, and then we'll probably doing like clips from like our podcasts, because we do have a couple, but we don't have too many. So you want to feel free to follow us. We have our links up here, like I usually end up putting up here. So feel free to follow all those. We want to keep on growing. Definitely cool to see the growth that we're at now. And also too, we have like you'll probably end up seeing Twitter on there as well, because I just made a Twitter, which I feel like is another helpful thing, because you don't have to worry about just posting pictures. You can actually do like a regular like post, like a question or something like that on Twitter, where I think Instagram's more like title for like video clips, photos and stuff. And yeah, so we do have an Twitter. I still call it Twitter. I know it's X, but I still call it Twitter to this day.
This guy's old now.
No, right? I just started it, so like it still hasn't like grown too much, because we just started like a couple days ago. But we have that. So we have that. We have our Instagrams, YouTube, or TikTok. You'll pretty much catch all our podcasts, pretty much. And
and then obviously big shout out to Dubby. Shout out,
as always, to our Dubby.
Helping us get through these podcasts. I mean, like, I think we're going on a pretty decent amount of time here, and this always keeps me laser focused and awake.
Definitely. And also too, if you stay tuned as well, because I think in the next episode we're probably going to be talking about our giveaway that we'll probably end up doing. We'll pretty much do in the next episode talk about how to enter.
Here's a hint.
I know, right? Pretty much how to enter, and then we'll do that, and then on the 10th, on episode 10, which is going to be crazy, we're going to probably announce the winner for that particular giveaway that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned for both episodes. And
whoever it is that wins, we'll bring them on for the episode too.
If they want.
Yeah.
Depends on
I think we should, though. I think whoever wins should come on so we can give them the... Yeah. That way we don't have to mail it out or anything. I'd rather them come here.
Then that'd be kind of nice.
We can give it to them. We can get their opinion on what we've been talking about.
Because I think because they're still starting off, it feels kind of weird to be like, "Hey, let me have your address so I can ship this to you."
Exactly. Yeah, I don't want to be that
because we're not
guy.
like a big name yet. So I feel like it definitely had like a bigger, a bigger reputation. It'd definitely be like, "Hey, just send us the address and all that stuff," because you could trust it more. But since we're just starting out, we don't. It feels kind of weird for us to be able to be like, "Hey, let's ship this to your address,
little boy."
I know. But yeah, pretty much. I think we could do like a little hint. It's most likely gonna end up being a Dubby, and we've talked about it. It's gonna be probably end up being a starter pack, because I think they still have that in stock now, and they added like 2 new flavors, which we'll probably end up getting to, because they have the cherry limeade, and what else that they the gummy bear sour one that you want to try so badly. Yeah, I know, sounds good. So we definitely want to try new flavors, because we're definitely coming to the bottom of the barrel of this one, but it lasted us all the way to this podcast, because we started back in February. So February, we're already in
about 5 to 6 episodes, which is cool.
Yeah, 5 to 6 episodes. Wow, it's crazy. But feel free to if you wanna know how to find out how to win, let us
stay tuned.
Stay tuned for the next episode, and then you'll be announced if you end up winning on episode 10. So more reason to tune into both episodes, and then if you enjoyed us talking about the Marvel stuff, let us know, and we're gonna end up talking about phase 2 in the next podcast, which is gonna have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Don't forget to use our discount code. It helps us out, helps them out. You get a great product, something that'll help you keep you focused and energized without the crash. We'll put the code up here for you guys, and if not, it's usually in our bio somewhere in any of our platforms we have. So
yeah, usually I put it in the description of the YouTube video, so in case they don't see it, they can just go into the description and they'll have the code right there.
Well, I can't read. No.
I know, I can't read.
But all right, guys, you guys have a good day.
Stay silent, stay lethal, and we'll catch you in the next episode. It's gonna be exciting.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Alright, hello, it's me again, Izzy. That is pretty much the end of the podcast. There is still a little bit more of gameplay left for Marvel Rivals. We do end up winning this one, so feel free if you want. Feel free to stay tuned and get to see the rest of the game. If not, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and as always, like, subscribe, and follow. And we'll see you in the next podcast, which we're really looking forward to doing.
Hear that strange chittering? No, just me. Help! A little help, please. Give me those guys. I don't like the look of that turret.
Thank you. Capture, nice capture.
So cold.
Now I got you.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
That's Gabby.
Enemies. I am the god. Oh, the god's fear. Glad to help.
Oh, nice, nice, Zizi. That assist. That assist as soon as I knocked her up.
My new avatar. Oh, really? That would be totally amazing. Well, spell. A little help, please. That vehicle moving again. Tippy toe spot. Still got a lot left that's worth fighting for. But don't let it go to your head. Don't get to the castle. What are you aiming at? That's not an option.
I guess a turret is punished your final form.
That broke me up.
Oh, what the heck? Okay.
I am barely harmed. Ain't getting rid of me so easy. My friends are here! An opportunity for combat. I've got you covered.
You got this. I feel like we can get this, guys.
Nice work, Namor. Don't let it go to your head. Disappear! Wake me up. Shields up! Almost there! Don't turn back now!
Damn it, never fall! Judge, jury, executioner!
Lights out. My time to shine. point. Keep up the momentum.
Oh wow.
Anyone willing to help? Please, we're hurt. Well, look who's up to no good. That perked me up. Cutting through the park at night? That seems safe.
Are you aiming at?
Don't say you're about to lose yet, ZZ. I feel like we got this, but we don't want to jinx it, ZZ.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Oh. Ooh. I think he would get a little bit of invulnerability.
It's up to us to help the people who can't help themselves.
Still got a lot left that's worth fighting for.
Trust. I believe.
Get ready.
Oh, we're really about to die.
If the fight's still going, then so am I, sugar.
I charged this earlier.
Soldier reporting for duty.
A little help, please. That's some impressive machinery you get away. You get away. After you did. You're lucky I got you before Remy did.
Ooh, that grab though.
That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way. Feeling everybody needs a hand sometimes, or a dagger. Still got a lot left that's worth fighting for. Disappear! Down to 30 seconds.
Damn it, never fall!
Better. Get ready.
Tandy needs help.
Willing to help?
Relax! Get going! Again!
Central Park? This should be fun.
Again!
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Oh,
Shields up.
we got it. Yeah, GG.
Final score. 3, 2, 2. Another epic victory! Big win!
Yeah, GG.